Boo! Did I scare you? I know it will scare you. The Halloween special of the TTRPG crossover. Yeah, I know. We've done 2 others before, but this is the 3rd one, and I'm the star of it. Your favourite, Tom. It's going to be a really cool stream, hosted by Getting Dicey and DM'd by Getting Dicey as well. So, very exciting. Hope you enjoy. Please don't get too scared. I know it's long, power through. Mwah.
Why don't we kind of introduce everybody? We'll start from what the viewers can see, top left. We've got Brendon from Dungeons and Comedians. Do you want to talk a little bit about Dungeons and Comedians and your experience with D&D?
Sure. So, hi everyone. My name is Brendon. Down in Christchurch, we run a approximately monthly show, a live show called Dungeons and Comedians, where I dungeon master and then I invite comedians to come and play. They have a very wide range of knowledge of the game, from a lot to absolutely nothing, and chaos ensues.
Cool. What's your experience? How long have you been playing?
Well, okay. When I was in intermediate, I played a game. It was very exciting. I made my character, and then I went into a cave, and I met an orc, and then the orc killed me. And then I didn't play again for about 15 years.
You know what?
So it depends where the starting point is.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. I think we've all got like a dead in a cave story at somewhere along the lines, Brendon. Jarrod, how about you? What's your experience with D&D? And why don't you tell us a little bit about Diceratops?
Right. Well, Diceratops is sort of Dungeons and Comedians, but in Wellington. We do live shows at Bache Theatre that we record for a podcast, and yeah, it's comedians and improvisers mostly doing that. And again, with most of our players tend towards having a bit of D&D experience, but yeah, we've been doing that for I think we're going to do a show this month that will be just about our 2nd anniversary. So,
very nice.
That'll be.
And where do we find your show?
If you go, searching for Diceratops NZ on Facebook is probably the best way to find us and find everything from there. We're also that Diceratops NZ on Twitter, and I think on Instagram, and there's a website as well, but it's like Diceratops NZ at wordpress something. So that's less useful probably. And wherever fine podcasts are sold. So there's that. And I started got into D&D as a teenager, so I had all of the original box sets from Redbox right through to Immortals, and then weirdly took a sideways jump into Heroes Unlimited, and specifically the offshoot of Heroes Unlimited, which was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and that was a slightly odd role-playing sideline, and then didn't for years and years. Basically was just doing computer role-playing games, and more recently, probably within the last sort of 6 or 7 years, just very slowly got back into it. First with Shadowrun, then back into D&D for Diceratops.
Nice. Actually, Brendon, where do we find Dungeons and Comedians?
You could go to dungeonsandcomedians.com, or we're on Facebook and other places like that.
Okay, cool.
If you want to listen to it, you'll make the effort.
Okay. Do you hear that, chat? Make the effort. Make the effort. Michael, Dungeons and Dipshits. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that? We had
hello, yes,
one of your team on the last crossover as well, which was awesome. But yeah, tell us about that and your experience with D&D.
Yes, you had Big Daddy Zach.
Yes.
Oh God. Well, Zach had this big, huge casting call for a little while ago, and I somehow managed to eat 100 people. Awful. No, not well. I'm not clearly. My experience with D&D, I've been into it most of my life, but I only recently started playing about last year.
Can I just say you've got like the perfect radio voice as well? I just
you sound hypnotic.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's ideal. I think it covers up the anxiety. Is it covering it up nicely?
He's doing a great job.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Can barely tell.
It's doing fantastic.
So we normally record in Zach's house. He lives with his folks in the basement. It only smells vaguely of mayonnaise and mildew. Sometimes we also record at the New Zealand Stage and Screen Combat School. And listening to some of our recordings, you probably wouldn't tell how echoey it is in there.
Cool. Penny. Oh, actually, sorry,
Hi.
Michael. Where can we find Dungeons and Dipshits, first of all?
On the Dungeons and Egyptians Facebook, you can hear and listen to us on Spotify, Podbean, and on the website.
Perfect. Penny, tell us about the terrible... I got this written down. The terrible adventures of the Janderson Brefford's Parchment Company and your experience with D&D.
So hey, my name's Penny. I'm the DM of a podcast called The Terrible Adventures of the Janderson Brefford's Parchment Company, and yes, I did intentionally choose a really long name, because I thought that was funny if people couldn't find it on the internet. And
They'll make the effort, though.
yeah,
If
it's
they
a
can,
show
they'll make the effort.
about it's a show about ordinary people. It's a show that answers the question that all of you wanted to know: what if D&D adventurers had day jobs? And so it's a show about 4 people who work at a parchment company in a big city and the crazy adventures that they get up to. They have fought cloning geese and recovered exploding chemicals, and we are about to start an arc that is a murder mystery. It's probably a little niche within D&D, but we're having fun with it. And I've been playing D&D for about 3 years, maybe a little longer. I have like a weekly game, and then I play Janderson Brefford's every try to do it twice a month, but COVID and stuff. And you can find our show at facebook.com/Janderson Brefford's Pod. All of our websites have different names because Twitter doesn't let you have long things, but facebook.com/Janderson Brefford's Podcast. Twitter is at JBPC Podcast. And I think there's people in the chat actually posting links, so if anyone's keen, you can check that out there.
Perfect. Tom, tell us...
I'm just stretching to get ready for mine.
Okay, yeah, good. Tell us about Season Quest.
Season Quest is a weekly podcast where every season, so winter, spring, autumn, and summer, I did that in the wrong order, we change DMs. So we're currently doing spring, which has
cool.
Lucy as our DM, and then we'll be moving on to summer after that, which will have Troy as our DM. So we kind of cycle through everyone. It's a group of 4 people. Really fun to record. They're all just my friends from film school. I was dragged into it because I like D&D.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How long have you been playing?
Let's say like 3 years, maybe 4. I started when I was in high school with like a group of a few people, played weekly for a while, couldn't really play that often. So it was kind of on and off, and then got more into it like last year and started playing very consistently. So it's kind of been like, I would say my real D&D experience is probably about a year and a bit, but in terms of how long I've played, about 4 years.
Have you DM'd a season for Season Quest yet?
No, I'm Autumn, so I'm the last one. But that's because they said, and I quote, we want to start with the most experience and end with the second most. So I'm the second most experienced DM because I'd done it before.
Right.
That's a good order.
Cool. Well, Brad still hasn't...
You can find...
Oh, sorry. Yeah, tell us, where we can find you.
I'll just say where you can find Season Quest. It's kind of hard to find. Not really. Search Season Quest on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We're there at Season Quest Pod. And you can also find us on like Spotify and everything like that. And Brad's here.
Brad's here just in time. Well, he's loading in. There he
is.
There he is.
He made it.
Perfectly timed too, Brad. We've just gone through the players so far and who they play for in regards to their podcast and a little bit about their podcast. Do you want to tell us a little bit about Fate of Eisen and your experience with D&D?
Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep.
I don't think
Yay!
Can you hear us?
Now I can. No one told me I was using fucking Discord for this.
It's 100%. It's 100% been in the group chat.
That's our first F-bomb of the night.
I muted the group chat like
naturally, we'd
3
be
weeks
using
ago.
smoke signals, pigeons, but
Yeah, I mean, it's all been there. So thankfully, you've got your character all set up and you got everything set up, and you're here. That's the main thing.
And this is in a Discord server that I did not even know existed, nor was.
There were links. There was definitely links. Anyway,
You muted the channel we were using to organize this.
Yeah, that's an expert move, to be honest. Why don't you tell us a little about? We've just gone through and sort of talked about all the different podcasts. Why don't you tell us a little bit about Fate of Eisen and your experience D&D?
Yeah, so obviously I don't handle any of the tech side of it. It is a 5e game. It's so the stories in Eisen have been going for many years. And we started in Pathfinder and then changed to 5e and then started a second campaign, and the second campaign was a podcast. So there's sort of quite a bit of history and multiple stories going on, and the end game is coming. It's coming.
Oh, what does that mean for Eisen if the end game's coming? Is there just a whole new campaign set in Eisen, or is Eisen done?
It depends how the players of various campaigns handle their involvement.
Yeah, that's
they
cool.
could destroy the world, they could save the world, or they could like remold it in their own image. I don't know.
Awesome. And where can people find Fate of Eisen?
Fateofeisen.com has all the places and links and things to things. I feel like I just want to play a really low profile like in this tonight because I've already shamed myself so hard.
Don't worry, it's only in front of us 6 and everyone that's watching live.
400 people.
Oh, if only. Is everyone here a DM? Has everyone DM'd? Yeah.
Never.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh,
No.
cool.
Who said never?
It was me.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We have a DM, as in never.
I like that. Never DM. For anyone who has tuned in that hasn't seen Getting Dicey before, or this face, you can find Getting Dicey right here, but also pretty much Getting Dicey on all your social medias and wherever you get podcasts. We're playing through Curse of Strahd at the moment, which is going incredibly well, which I DM. I'm like a forever DM. My first 2 years of playing D&D, which was only like 4 years ago, was as a player. I got to play one campaign, and then I've been pretty much just DMing since, which I love, to be honest. I think I get more out of the storytelling side of things. It's been nice doing the crossovers because I get to actually play, which is cool. But tonight I will be DMing you guys. And again, like I said before when we were talking, I don't really do homebrew, so bear with me on this one. This is something that I've sort of like whipped up, so hopefully it's all right.
New territory.
Brand new territory for me. But if you guys are ready to start, we can totally get started. If you've got your Roll20 up and you got your D&D
I'm
Beyond
absolutely
up.
ready to go.
Okay.
Let's do this thing.
All right. I'm going to put you guys on the map. I'll explain a little bit with this map at the moment. There's a little map of Arabelle, which is the village that we're going to be playing in tonight. And down below, there's like a little bit of a grid with your tokens lined up. We're going to utilize that at some format later. Obviously, if there's combat, which really it's a one shot, there should be some combat. I'm gonna ping I'm gonna ping them at the little green circle you'll see being pinged. That's kind of like that's where the journey is gonna start. So,
can I ask a super Roll20 noob question?
Yeah. Now's the best time to ask.
So it's a statement followed by a question. So my screen is just filled with static images of everyone's pictures of all our players. How do I get those to fuck off and so I can actually see the map?
Make the screen wider and they pop.
Just
Make the screen wider and they'll go across the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, you can hold down Alt and scroll wheel out to sort of zoom out, and you should be able to see a big map of everything.
I can zoom out and see like that there is a map behind all these pictures.
You can also go into
there
your
are
game
pictures?
settings, which is the gear in the top right.
Oh, are you talking about like our faces at the bottom of the...
Yeah.
Ah,
And
right.
if you scroll to the bottom of game settings, there's a thing called chat avatars, and you can change those to be names only if you like.
Oh, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah,
I'm so
that
glad
would
you asked
be
that question because I'm having the same issue.
Most good. Oh, it's good that I asked a dumbass question.
It is. It's
Hooray.
Names only. Yeah, there we go. I'm doing that
Great
too.
question.
good.
Thank you for that. Otherwise, I'd
Thank
be
you,
boned as
Jarrod.
well.
Thank you for
No, I-
asking, Brad.
Now I can look at the map and your guys' pretty faces. Hooray.
Perfect. All right. Welcome to Arabelle, a clean, crime-free, and happy town, thanks to the efforts of a small group known as the Heroes of Arabelle. The Heroes of Arabelle had all, purely by coincidence, arrived in Arabelle a few years back as budding heroes wanting to make changes across Faerun. They toppled a crime syndicate, they chased off a literal devil and its hordes, they were whisked away to defeat some kind of vampire menace, and they ousted the evil leadership that kept Arabelle from truly thriving. Their headquarters was built and statues erected in their honor. It's been about 3 months since the last time these heroes were needed for anything really serious. If you call talking to children at the local kindergarten about the dangers of running with daggers serious. And now, on this Halloween night, we find the group sitting around in their living quarters. Plittleploop, who is a small kuatoa, a little fish man that you all saved from slavery years ago, comes running into the room, feet slapping across the ground, holding the small number, like a number on a piece of paper. And he runs over to this sign, which says 108 days without incident. And he replaces the 8 with the 9 that he's holding. And he just runs off, arms in the air, screaming, slapping the walls and anyone else who happens to be in his way. We find the rest of the Heroes of Arabelle in their living quarters. Why don't we go through and just sort of detail the characters that we've got and what they'd be doing in their living quarters. We'll go top left to Brad. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your character?
Okay, so Crap is a extremely elderly goblin. So the Wizards of the Coast goblin rules say that they have an average life expectancy of 60 years. He has just turned 73, so he's like way past his expectancy, to the point where he expects to go literally any day now. He was a very prized gladiatorial fighter way back in his heyday. And he sort of clings to the glory days a little bit, but for the most part, he knows he's washed up, and he just lives a very, like, almost sad, quiet, post-adventure existence, except when he gets called out to, like, all right, I'll bloody join you. Oh, gods. Oh, don't, if I sit down, that's me. Love a good sit down.
And what's Crap doing at the moment on this Halloween night?
He is sitting in a chair in his very modest hovel of a home. And he's just waiting for trick-or-treaters to come so he can yell at them to go away because he can't get up and answer the door.
Okay, perfect. Brendon, you've got Ted.
He wants to be good. It's just way too hard.
Yeah. Brendon, what's Ted up to?
So Ted Mudd is all his life he's been a tosher, which is someone whose job it is to go into the sewers and like find anything that people have dropped that might be valuable. But I figure in a fantasy setting like this, going into the sewers is like just constant dungeon crawling. So you're going to level up quite quickly. So despite his lowly beginnings, now he's kind of risen to prominence, but he's still, every day he'll go down to the sewers and tidy things up. But, now he's a family man, so he's helping his kids get their costumes ready, sending them off with mum to go trick-or-treating.
Okay, nice. Jarrod, you've got Klaatu. Why don't you tell us a bit about Klaatu and what Klaatu's up to?
Well, Klaatu Barada is an Arakocra paladin, so it takes the form of a majestic falcon with arms. Is the basic vibe of Klaatu, and look, when in his off times he spends most of his time sort of sitting on a perch. So rather than a chair, it's sort of a perch where he polishes this holy avenger. It's a sword and a metaphor.
Is that what the kids call it these days?
Out in the public as well. Come on.
And you know, as any self-respecting birdman would do, he spends a lot of time managing his plumage.
Nice. So can we can assume that he's maybe in this living room on his perch, managing his plumage right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Michael, you've got Amico?
Yes. So tonight I'll be playing Amico. God, what I said is his last name. I swear to... Amico Breyer. Totally not fantasy name generated. Amico is a wild hunt shifter. He's got very doggish features. In general, quite an excitable fellow. Initially, Amico is trained as a doctor and would travel around from village to village administering care to people. But a plague hit and you can only cure so many people, which led to him fostering a deal with a wildfire spirit. So he can heal more better and less worse, and dispose of folks that he can't heal. And on this Halloween night, he is pretending to read a medical journal because I have an intelligence of 8 and I can't read. The journal is titled Anatomy and You.
Nice. Is the book right way up?
No. It's not even like the words aren't even facing him. He's looking at the spine.
All right. So it's open
you
out.
turn these pages, I swear. I just practice everything on sheep.
Penny, we've got Dusk. Why don't you tell us a little bit about Dusk and what they're up to?
The duty undertaking Synthetic Knight is a warforged. So they are being composed of metal and wood, covered in intricate runes, and they are currently sitting in their quarters, accompanied by a small curly-haired human boy who appears to be some kind of spectre. And Dusk is using crayons to draw a depiction of the party's last battle, because they are going to go in and do show and tell with some of the kids the following day to tell them all about the awesome battle that he had with his very, very good friends over the last couple of months. They wandered into town about 60 years ago and just started helping people, carrying boxes and helping old ladies cross the street, and eventually became a quite famous hero around town.
Nice. Yeah. Yep. Everybody in town knows of Dusk, and obviously all of the people in the living quarters at the moment. It's a very, very popular house where the heroes of Arabelle live. Tom, we've got the last one, Gail. Why don't you tell us a little bit about Gail?
So Gail Longshell is a Tortle, and when I first made him, I was ecstatic because I was like, I can finally be really old. It makes sense. Tortles live for about 50 years, so he's a warlock who made a deal with a warlock guy, patron, that made him live forever, and so he's 700 years old and kind of acts like it.
Okay,
He's got the eyesight of a young man, but the movement and thought process of an incredibly old one. Pretty forgetful.
Nice. And what's Gail doing in the living quarters with everyone at this point?
I think Gail is legitimately reading. He's probably reading one of his spell books to try and kind of keep up with it because he's forgetting them all the time. He's just relaxing, kicking back. He's got his staff wrapped around his arm so he doesn't, lose it.
Perfect. While all of your characters are doing what we've just stated, there is the silence of this room is sort of interrupted by just a knock on the door.
No candy!
I'll get it!
Nice. Yeah, so I'm going to have to really try and remember. Amico, you head to the door and open the door to find a small group of owlbears standing in the doorway. These are obviously these are obviously costumes, and they all hold out these little bags in front of them and scream, "Fight or feast!" as you know to be the thing to call.
Don't eat me!
And
I freak out a little bit and ready a spell.
We've got such adorable, believable costumes. Not that I... Of course I've seen a real owlbear. You look just like them. Candy. Does anyone have any candy?
I have some. And the large 7-foot-tall wooden metal man walks up to the door. They don't quite get food and drink, so they've made little brightly coloured wrapped candies, but they are made of wood. And Dusk spreads them around through the different bags and says, "Greetings, I am a duty undertaking synthetic knight," or Dusk if you're into acronyms.
And these kids, like owlbears, I should say, look down into the bags in front of them and kind of give the bags a bit of a shake. And they're like, this is not right. And they put their hand in, they feel that it's wood. And they're like, oh, you guys always give us this. Can I get
that counts, kitties.
I cast Prestidigitation, and I make a fake little candy and then throw it in each of their things. And it's going to disappear very shortly. But anything to give them a little bit of joy.
All right. Look, Ted's got something. Ted searches around in his pockets and he pulls out. It's mostly like mud, but then he fishes through and he finds a couple of gold coins, a tooth with some gold in it, and like a sapphire, and kind of drops those in. So enjoy those, I guess.
Can I get from Ted? Can I get a perception roll?
Sure. How perceptive is he? Oh, he's quite perceptive.
First roll of the night.
First roll.
12.
Cool. You see, sort of as you're sprinkling these bits and pieces into the kids' candy sacks, and you're giving them whatever it is that you're giving them, you look over their heads and you see, sort of on the other side of the road, Nigel. Nigel has been a bit of a pest for you guys. He's a 40-something-year-old man that's given you guys a bit of concern in the past, but he's never really escalated anything past a couple of small misdemeanors. But he's like staring you down from across the road. And he seems to be holding a scroll unfurled that he keeps looking down at and then back up at you. And you can see that he's mouthing something, but you're not quite sure what.
Good evening, Nigel. What are you saying over there? I can't hear you.
Give me a perception check, please.
Because he's old.
That is... God, what's my perception? I was on the right page. That is a 15 plus... Oh, God, that is a 26.
Oh, yeah, perfect. You sort of like cup one hand around your ear to see if you can hear what he's saying, and you hear the word TARRASQUE. But the moment he says it, you see that the look of like the scowl that he had on his face is just quickly replaced with a look of shock as the earth and the ground beneath you and him begins to shake. Before you can respond, the ground just opens up and swallows Nigel and the building behind him completely up. There's a roar that bellows up from out of this enormous crack in the ground, and slowly this lizard-like creature just claws its way up out of this hole. It seems to be as tall as the tallest building in Arabelle. And the children scream, and you can see just mayhem breaking out on the streets now as these kids, all dressed up as their favorite beasts, just start running, and parents are trying to grab their children and sort of take them inside.
Quiet down!
Looks like bloody Nigel summoned a TARRASQUE.
Haha, classic Nigel.
The TARRASQUE looks about, stretches, lets out a deafening roar, and scoops up two parents from the streets and just eats them. The death toll,
I can't fix that,
is 2. What do you do?
I rush to protect like the nearest kids and just like kind of shield them with my shell, and say to them, "It's okay, it'll be fine."
Persuasion roll,
try
please.
to comfort them in any way I can.
Give me a persuasion roll.
Okay, yeah, sure. I don't know how well that'll go. 16.
16? Yeah, the out of the
Yeah.
kids that were in front of your house or the headquarters, you managed to calm down 2 of the 3, and one of them is just screaming and just runs off sort of to the north. And the other 2, sort of, you bring them into the house and placate them. What I'll get you guys to do is just look at Roll20 for a moment. On the map of Arabelle, we've got a look of where this Tarrasque is in regards to the map. Down the bottom, we have a basic grid to show sort of your distance from this Tarrasque. And this will be where we sort of move our tokens so we can understand where on the battlefield you are in comparison to it. The idea, if you couldn't tell from the death toll that I gave you of 2, is how can you do this without having more killed?
Okie
So what I'm going to do from everybody is get an initiative roll.
I don't think we saw that coming, kids.
17.
Natural 20.
18.
7.
All right, I gotta write this down. Sorry.
21.
Just when you're ready.
So let's go, Brad. What was your, sorry?
21.
21. Jarrod?
10.
10. Brendon?
17.
Cool. Michael?
18.
Tom?
7.
Penny?
Natural 20, so 21 total.
20, okay. All right. Let's just see what this Tarrasque gets on top of that. Am I able to click that? No. Okay, fine. Plus Dex. Oh, cool. He's rolled a 12. I'm just going to quickly write this down for my benefit. Otherwise, I will be asking you guys all night. Terry the Tarrasque and Tom. All right, so let's start at the top of the turn order here with Dusk.
Okay. Dusk is going to shout very loud, "Friends, it appears adventure has come to our doorstep," and then is going to bonus action rage because Dusk is a barbarian. So the form of the rage, a bunch of steam starts coming out of little holes all over his body, and the steam forms into 3 beings. There is a gnome wearing a lab coat, the small curly-headed human boy from before, and a half-orc woman with a war braid and a big Doomfist gauntlet on one hand. You guys have all seen these creatures before, and Dusk does never stop talking about them as his mother, his father, and his friend Edgar. Dusk is going to basically make a beeline straight for the Tarrasque. Can I reach it? I have a 40 feet movement speed.
Yes, if you scroll down on the thing on the map, each square is 5 foot.
Cool. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, sorry, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. And I also have a magical item that lets me walk on surfaces, like walk on ceilings and walls.
Okay.
So could I run 5 feet up its leg as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep, cool. So I'll run there. And I'm going to I'm just going to start off by doing an attack because Dusk is very much a punch things with an axe and ask questions later type guy. So I'm going to do a reckless attack because I'm a barbarian, so I'm going to roll with advantage. I got an 18 and my attack bonus is plus, where are my attacks? My attack, actually, is it too late to call Great Weapon Master on this?
No, go right ahead.
Okay, cool. So I will call Great Weapon Master on this, which is a minus 10 penalty to hit, but a plus 10 to damage. I think that's right. Let me just double check that. It might be minus 5 penalty. Sorry, level 20, there's a lot of stuff to do.
yeah, there's a hell of a lot of stuff.
Okay, so I take a minus 5 penalty to my attack rolls, but I add 10 to the damage. I rolled an 18 on dice, and I have a plus 16 to hit, so that is a 18 plus 16 minus 5. You do the math.
It's a hit. You've hit this thing.
I suddenly panicked and couldn't do math anymore.
So what are you hitting it with? What's your weapon of choice?
I have a glowing like steampunk-looking axe, a great axe that I use.
And that's with a +3, isn't it? From what I saw.
Yeah, it's also a +3 on that as well. So
Yeah.
pretty sure I did a hit. It's a +3 great axe.
Yeah, so Dust just goes running in, up like 5 foot up the leg of this Tarrasque, and just buries his great axe into the leg. Roll damage.
So that is a D12 plus 10 plus 7 for strength. Oh,
Okay.
D12 plus 10, and then plus another 10 for Great Weapon Master.
+3 for your magical weapon.
That's right. Yeah, I've got to get all my stuff together. And then I think also, plus 7 for strength, plus 3 for rage bonus, plus 3, whatever my proficiency bonus. Oh, no, not proficiency.
Your plus
damage.
10 for your weapons mastery or whatever it is.
Yeah. So there's 9 plus 10 plus 10 plus 3.
32.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, perfect. Anything...
And also... Are you okay?
Yeah,
So
my flatmate just threw my dice at me.
Nice.
I do have a class feature called Ancestral Protectors. So when raging, the first creature that I hit with an attack on my turn has disadvantage on any attack that isn't against me. Basically, the 3 ghosts that I summon fly up and start like hovering around in front of the Tarrasque's face. When the target hits a creature other than me, that creature has resistance to the damage dealt by that attack.
I'll get you to remember that and recall it for if this thing has disadvantage on any attacks. You've done your bonus action, which was kick into rage.
And now I get a second attack.
Cool.
Again, this is 17 plus all the things.
That is a hit.
Cool. And then again, that's 2 less damage last time, so 30 damage.
30 damage. Okay, perfect.
And I think I didn't roll a crit, so that's about it.
Okay.
No, that's good. And that's Dusk's turn. He just runs up, starts running up the leg of the Tarrasque, does a couple of axe swings, says a happy thing, and next person's turn.
Perfect. Crap. Over to you. Oh, you're muted there, Brad.
Sorry, yeah, I muted myself because the kids were screaming.
That would have been atmospheric. That would have been fine.
Good point. We established that Crap was sitting in his favorite chair when this started, and all the chaos and the ground shaking and people screaming outside the door and sections of town being destroyed wasn't enough to get him up quickly. So his turn is going to be, I guess, half movement to get out of his chair.
Yeah.
And then for the rest of his turn, he's just going to... so I've got 30... walking, so 15 was spent getting up. Which token is Crap? Yep.
Yeah, you should have access to move that around.
Yep. And then another 15, and he just gets closer, and now he can see this thing, and he's like, oh, all right. And as a bonus action, he's going to use his quarterstaff of Prestidigitation to just sort of, he taps it against his body, and he does what he calls changing into his battle clothes, which just changes the color of what he was already wearing to this bright purple, this sort of bold, like, I'm here, I'm a target kind of purple.
Okay. Any bonus action?
That was his bonus action.
That was okay. Okay. Any actions then?
Can't really do anything except attack stuff. So he's gonna. Oh, actually, I've got an 80-foot crossbow. I forgot I gave myself, but it's non-magical. So, should I bother with that?
You probably shouldn't bother with that one.
Okay, he fires it. I'm not going to bother rolling because even whether I hit or not, and it just goes near it, and he doesn't know what result it had.
Well, what we'll say is you let rip with a crossbow bolt, and it does hit the skin of this Tarrasque, but it just bounces completely off.
Okay. That's his turn.
Okay. Amico.
Righto. Amico is going to run... I'm sorry, just finding my page. Amico is going to run forward about 20 squares. Not 20 squares, that's many. 20 feet. And while I'm running, I'm going to use my bonus action to shift into my wilder form. And that really just looks like I become a bit shaggier, golden fur comes out of me, and, snout elongates ever so slightly, and my tongue starts lolling out. Think golden retriever. when I get to about that spot, I'm going to throw my head in the air and I'm going to call for my elemental spirit. Smo, I choose you! And a very large, fiery hamster with wings bursts into being right in front of the Tarrasque's face. Choose me? Who? Do you have any more spirits I should know about? No, it's just you, Smo. Do the thing. And when Smo appears, there's a huge 2d10 explosion right in front of the Tarrasque, and I'm going to need it to make a DC 19 dexterity saving throw.
Sure.
Please, guys, let me know if I need to slow down. I know I can talk a bit fast when I get anxious.
That's fine. That's fine. They did not succeed that roll.
Wonderful. That's 2d10. Which of these is the d10? Is that this one? No, it's not that. This boy, love it.
What kind of damage is this?
Fire damage.
Okay.
Very cool. So that's 3. Great. That's off to a good start. Total of 10.
Total of 10. So your fire hamster just bursts into life in front of the Tarrasque's face, and a big explosion of flame just sort of licks up the face of this Tarrasque, and the smoke clears, and it's just done nothing.
I hate this. Smo, try harder.
Anything else from Amico?
No, that was my action and bonus action.
Okay, perfect. Over to Brendon with Ted.
All right, Ted's going to run out into the street and pop open a manhole cover, which is definitely there.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to say, "Kids, you know what to do." And they'll run down and hide in the sewers.
Nice. They do that, yeah. They just straight, in their little owlbear outfits, they're all just straight down into the sewers.
The safety of the sewers.
Yeah.
And, you know, Ted's a simple man. He's going to fire his big, heavy, magical crossbow 3 times.
All right. Give us 3 rolls.
Okay.
Show off!
31.
That's a hit.
And that will be 17 damage.
Cool.
Then 32.
That is also a hit.
10 damage. And 33.
That's a hit.
We'll do 11 damage.
Is that a special crossbow that you've got there?
It's a +3 heavy crossbow.
Oh yeah, perfect. Okay, yeah. So you just 3 bolts, shoot, 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 just into the side of the Tarrasque. It doesn't like scream out in pain or anything. It doesn't even notice your existence, but you do know that these 3 have like stuck into its side successfully. Cool. We've now got it's the Tarrasque's turn. Yeah. The Tarrasque with Dusk attached to his leg, having just destroyed swallowed up the house that it has, the crack formed underneath, it just moves down the street, and we'll move you along with that, and sort of sights up this small house that normally houses about a family of 5, and it is nighttime, and there are lights on inside at the moment. And it just starts just destroying this thing. It swipes out with his claws. What are we doing here?
Okay, so disadvantage on anything that's not me.
Anything that's not you. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Good to know. So that is rolled a 32 with its claws. What's that? Okay. It is also rolled a 30 with a disadvantage, 26 with its claws. It then just bites down into the ceiling of this thing.
I'd like to use a reaction when you've rolled your damage, if that's okay.
Yeah, certainly. It does 25 damage. It rolls with the 25 as it bites down. And then lastly, it just swings its tail into the sort of walls of this abode with disadvantage. Yeah, rolling a total of 21. So let's do some damage rolls here.
Okay, so just so you know, anyone who's not me has resistance to the damage that this Tarrasque is doing.
Okay.
Okay.
Very good.
And I also have a reaction to decrease damage against one target as well.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm just
This is
gonna.
good.
So roll your damage. Sorry, I just wanted to let you know. What
No, that's totally fine. So we have 10, 22, 23, 20, 35. Basically, even just with that bite, despite all of the like claws and tail swipe and the bite, this house is just being left absolutely demolished onto the ground.
People?
The death toll is now 5.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
So any people that take damage from the Tarrasque have resistance, and I can also use Spirit Shield to further decrease damage against one. But if I can't see them, can I still do that?
Does it say within sight or?
So I'll read Spirit Shield. If you are raging and another creature you can see, within 30 feet of you takes damage. So I guess if he's using the foot that I'm stuck to, then I probably can. But if not, then I guess not.
So what does it reduce it by?
4d6.
Give me 4d6, please.
6, 8, 12, 15.
Okay, cool. So, this one did 36 damage with its bite. It did 2 lots of 28 with its claws. It did 24 with its tail. And it does one last attack as well, which I completely forgot, which is also a hit. That does 32 damage. So this house is totaled. You do know that it had 5 people that normally live there. The death toll's gone up by 3, and you just see out of the rubble someone sort of like scratching their way out of the rubble and just taking off down the road. So you did manage to save one person there. But the death
Also,
toll,
he takes, because I rolled a 15, he takes 15 force damage as my spirit orc punches him in the eye.
Yeah, perfect.
Regan, did I see anybody perish?
Did you see anyone? What? Sorry.
Did I see anybody get hurt? Because I've got a good reaction around that.
Thanks to like them being within the house, no.
Okay, no worries then.
I shall hold that for later.
Yeah. And we're going to finish off Tom with Gail. Hi.
Hi. I'm gonna be a cheeky little pew pew boy. Pew pew.
Please.
Gail pulls out a staff. Goes. All right. And I cast Eldritch Blast, and I shoot all 4 of my beams at it. That for me has a range of 600 feet. Just so you all know.
Okay.
So I just roll the hit.
Yeah, please.
Well, the first one was a nat 1, but that's plus 11.
Okay, that's fine.
19.
Okay.
I'm getting terrible rolls, dude. 16. And then a nat 20. Plus 11.
Plus 11. Okay. So that's only one of those manages to connect. I'm just going to roll a dice here. Basically, it bounces. It hits the Tarrasque, and just bounces straight back at you.
Damn. There goes my strategy.
Making you the target on that hit now.
I'm getting hit by my nat 20 Eldritch Blast.
Oh no.
Okay, I rolled a 9 for damage.
No.
That's 18 damage on myself.
You take 18 damage.
Okay.
Probably should have saved my spirit shield for that, but okay. Turtle friend!
Stop hitting yourself! Stop hitting yourself!
It's such a me move to get my first turn take damage on myself.
Is there anything else from Gail?
No, not this turn.
It's
Okay.
okay, old man. It
I do
happens
have a
to the
question.
best of us.
What's the question?
That attack, does it count as an attack from the Tarrasque?
No.
Okay,
It's
so
basically
I
just
wanna know
a
if I-
reflected.
It's
Yeah, I'm
definitely
probably
an
gonna
attack
ask that
from
a
me.
lot.
I
Yeah.
felt it.
Yeah.
My effect is going to grant damage resistance to everyone, so I'm probably going to ask that a fair bit.
Yeah, please. Yep, that's totally fine. It is Dusk's turn.
Wait, did everybody else already have a turn?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm going to run 40
Lightning
feet.
round.
I'm going to run 40 feet further up the Tarrasque's leg. I don't know, like, how big is it?
So it is a 40-foot tall, basically like Godzilla, basically. And so you were
Can I
currently
get
5
full
foot
height?
up. Yeah,
Can I make
absolutely.
it- Cool. Dusk is gonna like basically run up vertical surface, just like he's really like he's got a big mesh smile on his face, and he runs all the way up and he like hangs out over the Tarrasque's eye and he says, "Greetings, I am a duty undertaking synthetic knight, or Dusk if you're into acronyms," and then he's gonna hit him in the eye with the axe.
I just
I
realized
think we actually missed.
I was just gonna say I think we missed Jarrod actually.
Yeah, I was wondering. I was like, that is like
Sorry.
okay, never mind. I will do that.
You will do that.
But
That's
come back to me.
we'll go to Jarrod. Sorry.
Patiently wait.
Yeah, sorry, Klaatu.
Allow me. Klaatu launches himself into the air, wings extended, and flies, wielding his Holy Avenger at the Tarrasque. On the way there, he's gonna channel divinity to set his vow of enmity on the Tarrasque. So he gains advantage on attack rolls against it for 1 minute, or until it drops to 0 HP or falls unconscious.
Nice.
And just the flight to strike it with his
Sorry, folks, having some technical difficulties.
Holy Avenger.
Yeah, please
And
roll to hit.
Let's just see how we do on that. Okay, so that was a nat 20, plus 13.
Nice.
Nice.
Um,
Give us a double dice roll on that one.
okay. What dice roll? So it's 2d6 plus 7, so that's 17, and 17 plus 12 is 29, plus on a melee attack he whenever I hit because of improved divine smite, whenever he hits with a melee weapon, the target takes an extra 1d8.
Oh,
Hell
nice.
yeah.
Which is in this case a 2d8.
Okay, so that we're 29 plus 6, so that's 35.
Okay, nice. Whereabouts are you attacking the Tarrasque?
He's trying to attack kind of the kind of neck region just behind its head. So it's just
Yeah, that was one hell of a slash. You just like slice straight through and leave this massive slice against the neck of the Tarrasque.
and then he's going to follow that up with another one.
Perfect.
Okay, so not quite as good a strike, but it still ends up being 26.
Which is a hit.
So, okay, so 11 and 8. Drop it. 16.
Okay. This one doesn't do as much damage as that first slice, but does manage to sort of like cut that little wound open up a little more.
Nice.
Any bonus actions from Klaatu?
No.
Perfect. Let's go back to Dusk. Sorry, we sort of cut you short on that when we realized what we'd done.
Same narrative, but on the way up, he does be like, "Good hit, bird buddy," and then he does run up and he introduces himself and he does the swing of the axe, and he's specifically aiming for the eyeball, so he's going to try and chop into the eye.
Okay.
And I actually, during everybody else's turns, I made sure to write down what my math was, so I know exactly what my pluses are now.
Okay, perfect.
So I'm going to, and also, can I just say that unless I say otherwise, can all of my hits be Great Weapon Master hits? Because sometimes I forget to declare it until it's too late.
Okay. Do you get to just
Yeah,
use that as often as you like? Is it?
Every time you do an attack, you can take a -5 penalty for +5 damage.
Okay, cool.
As long as it's with a heavy two-handed weapon, which I'm using. Okay, so I'm going to do a reckless attack against the eyeball. It's a 13 on dice plus 11, so that's a 24 to hit. Is that okay?
That is a miss.
Ooh, okay. Yep, fair enough.
You sort of bring the great axe down next to its eye. It lands, but it just hits a hard part of its skin and just bounces
nice.
off.
Ooh, Dusk is going to go, haha, and then go for a second attack. That's a 19 on dice plus 11. That's a 30 to hit.
That's a hit.
Cool. Excellent. So that is, I've got a D12 plus 24. That is 11. So that is 35 damage on that hit to the eye. I don't know whether I can do this on just like a regular attack, but I'm specifically trying to blind it if I can.
That's a lot of damage for one eye, but it does close its eye just as you bring it down, and you just slice a big chunk across its face, and it opens its eye up and just like brings its attention to you on its face.
I think that is all I can do. I do. Let me just double check my bonus actions. But I do, because I hit it with an attack, I do refresh my ancestral protectors effect. So the disadvantage on other enemies and the resistance to damage maintains. I'm just scrolling down to my bonus actions. Rage is already used, and I didn't score a critical hit, so no, I'm good.
Cool.
Next person.
Over to Crap.
Love that.
Okay. So Crap is going to move their 30 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I would like to use my action to dash the rest, but I'll also ask a question of the DM. Would you allow me to do an acrobatics check to climb up onto its toes?
Absolutely.
Nice.
Okay. Right. That is a 21.
Yeah, you managed to. Well, you can describe it. How do you get up on? How does this old troll get up onto there?
So my turn is to then dash right up until I reach the closest foot, and then do just the most awkward scramble up onto its big clawed toes, while I'm also trying really hard to not drop my quarterstaff because it's the only useful thing I have with me. And now that I'm on it, I would like to do Action Surge to attack 4 times.
Okay, go right ahead.
I'm attacking its toes with my quarterstaff of Prestidigitation, which is a magic item.
Perfect. Give us 4 rolls.
Okay, that's a 10. That's a 12. Fuck me. That's a 13. Jesus, why am I even here? I just want to deal damage 1 time. That's a 9.
None of those. Like, you bring the quarterstaff down in between its toes each and every single time. Just bang, 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 doing nothing.
I'm trying really hard to not fall off its toes, and I am proving my lack of worth for this group. And I've spent 1 action surge to do it. Fuck me.
Brad, at least you didn't hurt yourself. Like, there's still a bright side to this rainbow.
You're at least neutral.
Speaking of which, Amico. Oh no, sorry, that was Gail.
Cool. So,
wasn't it? So Amico, it's your turn.
Me.
Righto. So I'm going to run a bit, 10 feet to the right to make sure I'm right in front of the Tarrasque so it can see me, and then I'm going to flap open my lovely robe of scintillating colors and activate it. Meaning the Tarrasque has to. I'll tell you what happens first. That'd be good, wouldn't it, Michael? During this time, the robe sheds bright light in a 30-foot radius and dim light for an additional 30 feet. Creatures that can see you have a disadvantage on attack rolls against you. In addition, any creature in the bright light that can see you when the robe's power is activated must succeed on a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw or become stunned until the effect ends. So I'm going to need him to do that, please.
Okay. That has the Tarrasque has failed, but It's choosing to succeed.
Damn legendary actions.
Yeah.
And then for my bonus action, I'm going to yell at Smo. Smo, shoot it again, please! Smo flaps up so all 4 of his legs are pointing at it, brings them together, and fires a little fireball at it. Which let me roll for that to see if it hits. I bet it doesn't. It does not.
Okay, so that just sort of like flies past the face of the Tarrasque.
What are you doing? It's huge!
Cool. Ted.
Okay, let's just take a moment to just breathe, and let's just take in the situation. So, a couple of quick questions, asking myself: have we encountered a Tarrasque before?
No, your group has not encountered a Tarrasque before. These are incredibly rare creatures.
My favorite enemy is a beast. Is this a beast?
It is. Give me a investigation roll.
Sure. 19.
Yeah, from everything that this in front of you, it's a monstrosity. It's this gargantuan, Titan-sized monstrosity.
And just piggybacking on that investigation, Nigel summoned it like out of the ground.
He, from your recollection of it, he was like reading from a scroll, and so you can only assume that what he was reading summoned this creature.
And it like appeared, or it like
there was a shaking of the ground, and a massive chasm opened up, swallowed Nigel in his hole, and this creature climbed up out of it.
Nigel. All right. Does it look like it is going somewhere deliberately?
Yeah, it is heading south through Arabelle.
What is south? What?
There's nothing that you can really think of that's south other than the population. There's the town centre. There's the Bard School, college on sort of between here and the town square.
We could lose that.
Yeah, there's small schools and churches for different deities. There's really nothing that you can think of that is in between here and south other than just people.
So it's going around trying to destroy things rather than heading towards something deliberately, and it happens to be destroying things.
Yeah, at the moment, from what it's been doing, it just looks like it's picking things at random to sort of aim towards and destroy.
We've got a Godzilla on our hands. It's just being a Godzilla.
Now, of course, we know this area well.
Yes.
Is there any of our neighbours have particularly luxurious gardens?
Yeah, absolutely. Like normally 2 or 3 doors down from your headquarters is possibly Arabelle's best garden.
Interesting. Is the Tarrasque going to cross over any of that?
It is heading south, and that is the direction of that property.
He better bloody not. Love their garden. I'm probably gonna be buried there, whether the owners want it or not.
Well,
Might be sooner than later.
I think it'll be very soon.
We might all get buried there at this rate.
Or I'm just pitching this here. Maybe it will. I'm going to wait until it crosses over the area, and I'm going to cast Plant Growth.
So you just want to basically line that up for if it manages to go onto there.
Yes.
Okay, cool. It is the Tarrasque's turn, and it just continues on its path south. And I'll just make sure all you guys that are climbing on it, that you are not on it. And it heads straight towards these gardens and just starts walking across them. But before it gets to the gardens, it just lets out this enormous roar, one of the ones you've heard before. This time, though, I'm going to need a wisdom saving throw from all of you. So we'll go one at a time. Brad, wisdom saving throw.
Okay, that is 23.
Okay, you're fine. And not only are you fine, but that roar just does nothing. You've heard scarier roars than that before. It does nothing to you.
My hearing's not that great.
Just a note, if anyone is within 30 feet of Klaatu, they are immune to being frightened.
Nice, that's me, I think.
That's good to know. Ted, can you give me a wisdom saving throw?
17.
That's a meets and beats. So, yep, that's all right. You too, you've heard on your adventures, you're level 20, you've heard more terrifying roars than this. Klaatu, can you give me a wisdom saving throw?
That's a nat 20.
You guys have heard this all before. Amico, wisdom saving throw, please.
Cool. As part of my shifting feature, I get advantage to wisdom saving throws. That is a 2 plus how many? That is a 23.
Perfect. You've passed as well. Dusk.
God, your radio voice is so good. I rolled a 6, but I am within 30 feet of
Thank you.
Klaatu, so
Yeah, you hear it, and something within you starts to your skin starts to you're starting to freak out. Your metal's starting to tense, but then you've got Klaatu nearby, and you relax, and you remember all of those fights that you've had next to Klaatu, and you push through that fear. Gail, I don't know why I think this is going to be good, but please, Gail, wisdom saving throw.
Okay, so I rolled a 19 plus 6, so 25.
You guys, none of you care. This roar goes out, and you see people running through the streets just stop and drop to the ground cowering, but all of you maintain your composure with the roar of this creature.
We're tough.
Yeah, and it does step onto this garden, Ted. So what are we doing here?
So all normal plants within a 100-foot radius become thick and overgrown. A creature moving through that area must spend 4 feet of movement for every 1 foot it moves.
Okay, so it kind of it stops it doing for 4/5 of its movement. Is that right? Or is it the other way around? 1/5 of its movement. Cool, that's fine. With Dusk attached to his face, he just brings his head up and slams it down into the garden.
My favorite bench.
And it has rolled. It's rolled a 23.
I guess this is versus AC. My AC is 19.
Yeah.
So.
Actually, let's do something else. We're going to do Dex. We'll do a Dex roll via Dex. So how quickly he can slam his face versus how quickly you can get out of the way. So let's do a Dex.
So is this a Dex saving throw?
Yeah, do a Dex saving throw versus
Nice.
his
I have
Dex.
advantage on Dex saving throws versus effects that I can see.
You can see this one coming.
And you get a +2 from Klaatu's aura as well.
Very nice. So I roll a 7 on dice, so not great. So that would be 10.
Only a 10. Okay.
Well, I have +1 on Dex because I really spec'd into Strength and Con.
Right.
I roll a 7 on dice.
The TARRASQUE, I'm going to call him Terry. He only rolled 11, so he's got you on this one. He just brings his face down into the ground. I'm going to treat that, since it was 40 feet up, I'm going to do 4d6, which is only 10 bludgeoning damage.
Cool.
Not
I
too
have
bad.
resistance to bludgeoning damage because I'm raging.
Which is 5 bludgeoning damage then. He also, having seen Klaatu flying around, just swipes out with his tail in Klaatu's direction.
Disadvantage on that.
With disadvantage. Which is a 21.
Well, against armor class, that will certainly hit.
Okay. And
He's
so
got such good bonuses.
which is 23 bludgeoning damage against Klaatu.
Is he within 30 feet of me?
Yes.
Cool, so you do have resistance to that damage, that 23, and I'm going to roll my Spirit Shield on you as well. So that's 11, 14, 18. So resistance to damage and minus 18 off the total damage as well. So I think we get 0 off that.
Klaatu, this enormous tail just comes like swiping through the air at you, and it just, you close your eyes to sort of brace for that impact, and just you hear it hit, and you open your eyes, and this massive tail is like an inch from your face. You haven't felt a thing. And then the tail drops back down.
While it's still close to me as a reaction, I get a melee attack on the tail.
Yeah, go right ahead.
Because of my power of enmity.
Penny, yeah.
And also 18 force damage from my spirit shield as well.
So as soon as it hits that, it just gets 18 damage. Nice.
Yeah, as flavor, it's the tiny little curly-haired human boy, does a Dragon Ball Z stop of the tail, and then just whoop, pushes it back.
Perfect. So you can do your attack on its tail as well, Klaatu.
That's 28. That's 28 with the Holy Avenger.
That's a hit.
So that should be dice again. So that is 13 and 18.
What was it? Sorry, 13.
18.
18.
18.
Oh, cool. Okay, perfect. Yeah, you managed to slash a bit of its tail, and just a small layer of its thickened skin just falls off, and you notice just how thick and scaly that is. It continues as it looks down at some of these people that it's terrified into stopping, that have been running down the streets, and just goes to slash it with their claws. Disadvantage. Rolled 11 both times, so that has hit and does 28 damage to this person. Resistance does 14 damage. Unfortunately, they are just commoners, and one of them is just shredded by that attack, and it manages to attack once more, rolling a total of 20. But it is a crit fail, and manages to just catch one of its claws on some of the paving, and just snaps one of its claws, just cracks it as it lifts up off the front of its foot, and it does 10 damage to itself by doing so.
Nice. I don't think it gives itself resistance. I don't think it can do that.
Yeah, no, we won't go that far. All right, over to Klaatu.
Sorry, Regan, just 1 second. Did I see those people die?
You did. You did see one person die.
Wonderful. Or not wonderful, awful. But
I love it.
So I thrust a finger out at Smo. Say, Smo, turn that life into something useful. But not evil sounding, obviously. And Smo glances over at the dead body, and he glows brighter. And I'm going to use my Flames of Life feature. When I see somebody die, the primal flames of their being erupts, and I can decide to make that a well of hit points or a fire damage thing. I know this guy is immune, so it's a well of hit points. So it's just this glowing little flame that's coming out of the body. Okay. All right, if you get hurt, run into that fire.
Oh, so they're still dead. So it's still dead, but it's now a dead body that can heal.
Yeah, and if you run into it, you gain 2d10 plus my Wisdom modifier health back.
Very nice.
Very good.
I'm just gonna freehand some flames, and that's where that is. Cool. So the death toll is now 6.
We're doing pretty good though.
Not too bad.
Yeah,
not too
I would
bad.
say this is standout.
6 isn't bad.
Yeah.
It's been what, less than a minute?
Yeah, it's been 12 seconds. Klaatu, over to you.
Okay. Klaatu is he was I think, felt that that first slash at its neck went pretty well, so it's the more of the same. His vow of enmity should still be in effect, so advantage on attack rolls, which is good because that definitely hit. So his first slash with his Holy Avenger is 31.
That's a hit.
Brad, you're getting scolded for language by Jules.
What's your damage?
It's 15.
Okay.
And then is with the second attack. That is a nat 20. So plus
Damn,
15,
another
so
one.
33 in total. So
You're a paladin, right? Paladins love crits.
So that will be. Calculator. And 39.
39 damage.
Hmm.
That's not bad.
I think that's the heaviest hit we've had so far.
I'm just doing maths as well.
39 down, 1 million to go.
Hey, if we keep hitting 40 point
progress.
damage, we will eventually get there.
I'm just going to move everyone
Absolutely, tomorrow morning.
across it. Anything else from Clutter?
That's it.
Okay, perfect. Gail, I'm rooting for you, Gail. I need to see something better than damaging yourself with an Eldritch Blast.
Something's happening this time. I got plans. All right, so Gale stands there. He sighs. Time to go, I suppose. And so I'm moving 30 feet closer, which is as close as I can get. But that's all that I need, baby. And I'm going to cast the spell Slow on the big boy himself. Which is I alter time around for up to 6 creatures of my choice. I'm only choosing one
Mm-hmm.
in a 40-foot cube within range.
Mm-hmm.
Each target must succeed in a Wisdom saving throw, or they're affected by the spell for the duration, which is up to a minute. It's a concentration spell.
Mm-hmm.
Their speed gets halved. They take a -2 penalty at AC and Dex saving throws, and they can't use reactions. On its turn, it can use either an action or a bonus action, but not both. So yeah, that's
Okay.
a decent chunk of stuff.
So what was the what did I have to roll?
Wisdom saving throw.
What's the DC?
19.
It failed, but it chooses to succeed.
I knew it was coming.
Oh,
Okay, well, as a bonus action,
that would have been so useful.
I am going to use Hexblade's Curse, which will curse it for a minute.
Oh shit!
I get a +6 bonus to damage rolls and score a critical. This is a Hexblade's Curse. It's not like a. I get a +6 bonus to damage rolls, and I score a critical hit on a 19 or 20.
Okay, perfect.
And I regain 25 HP if it dies, so a little bonus.
If it dies, yeah. Yeah.
If. Big if.
Okay, great. We're back with Dusk.
Okay, Dusk is he still attached to the face, or is he on the ground now?
No, he's still managed to cling on. Oh wait, you did get slammed into the. No, you managed to get out of the way.
Ground, yeah.
Oh, you did.
No, I took damage from it.
I'd say
they rolled 11.
I'd say you're on the ground from that. You would have been since
Okay.
you failed that.
So am I prone?
Yeah, you're lying flat on your back on the ground.
Okay, Dusk is going to do the old Shawn Michaels, like hop back up onto his feet. Anybody know what I'm talking about there?
A kip up.
Oh yeah.
And then he's going to be like, up we go. And then however much feet I have left, I'll head for the closest leg. And if I get there, I'll start running back up it.
Yeah, you basically you're near its feet by the time you slam down anyway. So you get to its feet and manage to get about 5 foot up that leg again, like the first time you tried to climb this.
So he's just down, up we go, and then he runs back up again. And then
I wave over from my foot. Welcome back.
And then I'm gonna go ahead and do a reckless attack on just the part of the leg that I'm on. Maybe going for like the ligaments on the back of the ankle.
Mm.
So that is 18 plus 11. That's 31.
It's a hit.
Why have I suddenly lost the ability to do math? 29 to hit.
That's the one. That's a hit.
Cool. So that's D12 plus 24. That is 9. So that is 33 damage.
Man, you guys are doing some
and
serious
that is
damage.
That's going to refresh my my Ancestral Guardian's ability, and then I'm going to go for a second attack. I'm really hoping for a crit, because I get 3 extra damage dice, 3 extra d12s on a crit. Nah, not quite. 18 again, plus 11, 29.
That's also a hit.
So that is just a 2 that time, so that's going to be 26 damage on the second hit. Dusk is just here to provide resistance and do axe damage and have a great old day while he's doing it.
That's some serious damage that you're doing as well.
Yeah, Ancestral Guardian Barbarian is overpowered, and I don't know why more people don't play it.
So, Crap, you've just been like trying to slam down on its toes and missed every shot, but we're back with you now.
Yeah, I have looked around and recognized that my companions are definitely going to be the heavy hitters here, and all I can do is everything I can to be a minor nuisance at best.
Okay.
So I am going to stick with my hit the toes plan, and I am determined to hurt at least one of the Tarrasque's toes. I will get a judgment call from the DM and the players as well. So I'm using a quarterstaff, which is versatile. I can do one-handed or do more damage two-handed. I'm also balancing on the foot of a moving creature. Could I do it two-handed, or should I be one-handed?
You're like a level 20. I'd say you can give us like an athletics roll, and we'll base that athletics roll on how nimble you are on its foot, whether you can do 1 or 2.
Okay.
How does that sound? Does that sound fair?
Yeah, that sounds fair. Athletics or acrobatics?
You pick.
Acrobatics is much better, so I'll do that.
Let's do that.
That is a 21. Thank you, Di.
Perfect. Yep, you're like surfing that foot, no problem. At the moment it's down, so you're ready to go.
Yep. Cool. So I get to make 4 attacks two-handed. That is a 20, a 19, both of which are... Oh, wait, no, never mind. So 20, a 19, a 9, and another 19.
None of those do damage. You're bringing it down into like really the knuckles, like the really hard parts of this Tarrasque's foot, and it doesn't seem to be doing anything.
Damn it. You know what? Fuck it. I might not live much longer. I'm going to spend my last action surge to do 4 more attacks.
Okay. Go right ahead.
That is a crit.
Nice.
That is a 21 again. 22. And another crit.
Damn, all right. Give us you hit with 2 of them pretty solidly. So give us 2 damage rolls with and double the dice.
Yep. Sweet. Hooray! I actually hurt this thing. So the first of those does hang on. I forgot I gave myself really shit strength, so I actually have no modifier to these.
Double dice though.
The first is 14, and the second is 9. Bludgeoning.
Okay, perfect. Cool. Yeah, you managed to like bring those down into those knuckles again, but with a bit more force, and you just see the skin over those knuckles just sort of like crack and open up.
He feels stoked.
Amico.
Alrighty, I'm gonna just shift on over here, and I'm going to cast a Fairy Fire on this bad boy, so the actual people actually doing damage can do good damage. So I'm gonna need it to make a DC 19 Dex save.
It has failed, and
Brilliant.
has failed.
Good, that's amazing. The rest of you all get advantage on attack. Oh, yeah, you all have advantage on attacks now. And second, Smo, get up close to Dusk. And he, where would Smo be actually around here? Because I know the Tarrasque has moved, and I don't think I got Smo to shift from his initial position.
The Tarrasque has only moved like 30 feet at this point.
Okay, so he probably gets down close to Dusk, who's on the right leg or left leg?
You get to choose there.
On
Dusk.
a leg.
It's on one of the legs.
It's a leg. That's okay. Dusk, do you want to be on top of the Tarrasque?
Oh, you've muted yourself there, Penny. Oh,
Still muted, friend.
still muted in Discord. There you
There
go.
we go. There we go. So he says, I certainly do.
Okay, brilliant. So yell back at Smo. All right, Smo, take him up. And Smo does this fiery teleportation. So each willing creature within 5 feet of Smo teleports up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space I can see. Each creature within 10 feet of the space the spirit left must succeed on a dex saving throw, or take 1d6 plus 2 fire damage. Plus 6 fire damage. So I'm going to just teleport Dusk right on top of this bad boy's stupid head.
Give me a hug. No.
Sorry, a Dusk right on top of the head, and I'm going to the space that Smo that these two guys both leave, it's just going to explode.
Cool.
That's such a cool ability. What class are you? Wildfire Druid?
Wildfire Druid. Everybody, please play this. It is a very cool class.
So
That's literally my character for spring. Like, straight up, Wildfire Druid. So fun.
Hell yeah.
And so that
Hell
left
yeah.
like an explosion of fire damage, right?
Yeah, so he fails that dex though he takes damage, or because it's a rat, TARRASQUE doesn't.
Yeah. It just explodes, and when the smoke clears, it's just sort of there's no charring, no nothing. It hasn't affected the leg at all.
Regan.
Oh, if you could feel it, it would hurt a whole lot, you scaly bum.
Regan, can I just retcon one thing from my turn?
Okay.
I've got an ability called Fury of the Small, which once a day I can add 20 extra damage to a creature larger than me.
Okay.
Considering the fact I probably will not hit this thing again, can I please add 20 extra damage to the turn I just had?
Is that an action, or does it get added to an attack?
It gets added to the attacks that I just did.
Yep, we can absolutely. I think that's what allowed you to actually get that attack in there. We'll say. So yeah, you've done another 20 damage to the foot of this TARRASQUE. Cool. So that was Amico. Ted.
Yes, Ted Mudd, human, Gloomstalker Ranger, master of disguise, able to travel unseen, able to find anything that's lost. He's going to shoot his crossbow twice.
Okay.
Let's see. With advantage, right?
Yes,
Yeah, with the
everything's with
Fury
advantage.
Fire, yeah.
So the first one, 32,
That's a hit.
12 damage. Second one, 25.
That is a hit as well.
25's a hit.
Mhm.
11 damage.
Total? Or just for the first one?
There was this. So that was the second one did 11 damage.
Okay.
I can't
What-
remember what the first one did.
Feel free to roll again. I didn't hear, sorry.
10 damage then.
Okay, cool. Again, just 2 more bolts into the back of this TARRASQUE as Ted looks on from a little bit of a distance at this point. Does he run up? Is he sort of
Yeah,
chasing up?
he's like just tagging along behind in the wake.
Okay, perfect. It is the TARRASQUE's turn once again. And it is eyeing up a small... It's like a little hostel it's known to help bed a lot of travelers on their way past Arabelle. And it's a large building. It's like a 3-story building. It's definitely not in the same leagues as that small house that it took out earlier. And it just leaps towards this thing and latches onto it with its claws, just attacking down with its claws, taking Dusk and Crap with him. So it's only sort of a leap of maybe 20 feet across, since it was sort of tangled up in some of those vines from earlier. And it bites down, brings its claws down. Disadvantage. Cool, and it does it twice.
Could we ask the chat how many people are alive in this hostel?
Oh, right, yeah. This is a very busy hostel. It's probably your main one from Arabelle, and it would house anywhere between 30 to 50 people at any occasion. It's off season. There's about maybe 20, 25. It's a little lower than normal at this point. And it has.
Squishy has declared there's nobody inside.
It's nighttime. There's definitely people inside. Unfortunately, chat. I'm sorry. Yeah, and it brings its claws down. We'll do some rolls because it has managed to hit with both of those. It's doing a lot of damage here. Sorry, guys. It also does double damage on structures.
Okay. Well, any people that get hit by it have resistance. But I think the numbers are so high for commoners, it's not going to make a difference.
Yeah. And it doesn't topple this building, but it brings down like a quarter of this building. And you can hear screaming from within the hostel. And the death toll has gone up another 5. So we're at a death toll of what's at 11 now. It also tries to just shake crap off its foot. I like that sentence. So can we give a we'll do a strength versus strength, I guess. So you
My
kind of
strength
like
is +0. So
yeah, this could give us a roll anyway.
Oh, strength save?
Yeah,
That's
strength
+6.
save. Oh yeah, give strength save.
Yeah, baby.
Reagan, can I ask a question?
Yeah, please.
What's the population of this town? Like, when do we know that we've kind of fucked up?
I mean, let's take a look at this town. It is a relatively decent. I can probably even just give you that. I think there is absolutely a popular 30,600 people.
Oh,
so you're doing well. I mean, come on. Any death's a bad death, but yeah, there's a decent population to this town. So what did you roll, Crap?
I got 23.
You managed to just cling onto his foot as it just sort of like stomps up and down, bringing that down, and it's furious with you.
It's so hard to get crap off your foot these days.
Yeah. It also swings its tail around, connects with some of the rubble that it is like broken from this hostel, and launches it towards Amiko that it can see off to the side. So I'm just going to roll for that as well. Rolling a total of 32.
Was that an attack roll?
Yes, yeah. It was a ranged attack roll.
That's
actually,
super hits.
I think it might be disadvantage. Hang on.
I can roll
It just
again.
says that
Anything not targeting you, right?
first creature you hit with an attack has disadvantage on any attack that isn't against you, and when the target hits a creature other than you, that creature has resistance to the damage dealt by the attack. Yes, so the disadvantage even on ranged attacks.
Okay, cool. So with the disadvantage, it still rolled 30.
I'm doing
You know,
my best.
I didn't get hit actually. 30 is unbelievable.
that one's fine. That was the good one.
Yeah.
And
You do get resistance on this though.
Beautiful.
I
So
don't
how
think-
much damage?
20 to 32, so 16 damage.
Hell yeah, I love that with the shifting feature. I also gain 23 temporary hit points. That's minus 16.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Nice.
But yeah,
Feeling fine.
yeah,
Feeling fine.
you do see just
Good
this
work,
massive.
buddy.
It's the HO from Hostel of the Hostel sign that just slams into you at speed. But yeah, you managed to. It just damages your temporary hit points. Back to Klaatu.
Well, okay. Klaatu has decided it's time to mix it up a bit. He flies basically towards the feet of the monster, and lets out this yell. He strikes the ground. He's quite low to the ground. He strikes it with the hilt of his holy avenger. Utters an oath and casts destructive wave. So the TARRASQUE will need to make a Constitution saving throw or take 5d6 thunder damage and 5d6 radiant damage and be knocked prone. If he succeeds, he's not knocked prone, but takes half damage.
Does
Okay.
anybody else have Jarrod frozen?
No, he's working for me. Can you hear him?
Yeah, no, I can hear him. He's just not moving.
He is
That's
working
fine.
for me too. Yeah.
Okay.
That's just Jarrod. He moves so slowly. He looks like a still image.
He's
He's
like
actually
Jack.
stop motion
I should have been
animated.
playing. I should have been playing the Tortle.
Was it? I can't remember. Has there been any effects that mean saving throws or at disadvantage or anything? I'm not 100% sure. I know there's so much sort of going on. No, he's rolled a 23.
Well, he's probably made that one. So it's just going to be 5d6 damage, assuming he's not immune to thunder or radiant.
He's not.
Okay, so that will be 26.
Okay. Cool, yeah, you bring the hilt down into the back of its leg and it just spiders up with like thunder and lightning damage or radiant damage up the back of its leg. And this is the first time that you get like a roar of from this Tarrasque. It's like it's noticed what you've done to it. Anything else from Klaatu?
No, that's it. That's it. And it's rather than striking its leg, the wave sort of emanates from the ground. So he's struck the ground, but only
right.
the thing is that the hit that he has chosen is affected by it.
Perfect. Gail, come on, Gail.
I still don't know if I'll be able to do anything. I want to do something kind of silly this turn.
Okay.
Can I use Charm Monster on it?
You can definitely try.
Okay. Wisdom save. 19 is the DC.
19.
Let's just get him on the side.
Yeah.
Make love, not war, right?
This creature is ignoring whatever it is that you're putting out there. It looks like it's not going to do much in the way of being charmed. But I'll let you take it. I'll let you have another action because I should have just told you straight away you can't charm this thing.
That's fine. Can I... The people who are on the beast, are they kind of on it in a way where I can cast a wall of light without touching them at all?
What does Wall of Light do?
So Wall of Light summons like a wall that's just like kind of this flat wall of bright light, horizontally, vertically, or diagonal. It's like a line, basically. Yeah, I guess I could do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's 5 feet thick, and I'm guessing he's not 5 feet thick.
No, he's a big boy. This one.
Yeah.
Do be quick,
So I summon the wall on top of him, and has to make a Constitution saving throw.
So like a thing coming down on top of him. Is that what you?
It like just appears, sort of like shimmers up from the ground inside of him, and it's like a wall that stays there.
Yeah, cool. He's rolled a 24.
Okay, that passes.
Okay.
So it takes half as much damage and isn't blinded.
Okay.
I love
I
the
need
wall spells.
4d8 for this.
Oh, nice.
So I'll just roll that real quick.
So he just kind of walks into it. Just slams his
so he
face.
takes 10 damage.
Gail, every bit of damage counts at this point.
Yeah,
It's the first damage that I've done. Come on, like I deserve a little something.
Round of applause for
clapping
Gail.
for you. That's just like applauding for you. It's like, nice, good wall.
If it ends its turn in the wall's area, it also takes another 48 radiant damage.
So it can't it's a big immovable wall, yeah. So it does it have
It can
HP
walk
or
through it, but it can't like damage it or anything.
Oh, right.
It just kind of sits there. It's like this wall of light.
okay. Okay, back to Dusk.
So Dusk is a pretty one-note being. So I've been teleported on top of the thing. Where? On its head? On its back? Where did you put me?
I think I asked if you wanted to be on its head.
Yeah.
So I just right on top of the crown.
Cool. I'm going right back to the same eye.
Right.
and I like run down the eye, lean over, and I'm like, "You are being decidedly unuseful right now." And then he's gonna do another chop.
Yeah, roll to hit.
Yeah, cool. Reckless attack, great weapon master. 17 plus 11, 28.
That's a hit.
Cool. Still waiting on that crit. Oh, that's only one. So that is. I rolled 1 damage, so that's 24 damage.
I like that. I rolled 1. That's 24 damage.
Yeah, I've got Strength, Axe, Rage, and Great Weapon Master is giving a lot to my damage. And second attack. Oh, also, I guess I should say it. As long as I hit an attack on this thing, my ability to like keep the disadvantage and the resistance stays up.
Right.
19 plus 11,
Don't
30.
forget you have advantage on everything.
Oh, yeah, I kind of do anyway because of Reckless Attack. I guess I just don't have to declare Reckless Attack this turn.
Yeah, true.
You also don't take disadvantage with that now.
Yeah, that's true. I guess if it hits me, it'll just be doing regular 35s. 7 plus 24, 31. So I did 25 and then 31 damage. I'm really going to see if I can like rupture this eye or blind its eye. Or
Well, you haven't managed to get its eye, but because again, it just blinks at the right time to try to shield your axe coming down into it. But you've managed to slice off like a big chunk of its upper eyelid now.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
As the chunk falls down, Dusk is going to yell, "That's a treat!" It's Halloween.
Okay.
If any kids want to come along and have that as a Halloween treat, they can. Some Tarrasque eyelid for you.
Yes. Run into the monster just to get a little bit of candy.
Just that little tasty
Is it-
Tarrasque
Is
skin.
it secretly a pinata? And that's what I want to know. Okay, that's it. I did my 2 attacks. I didn't roll a crit, so I'm good. That's me.
Crap, you're feeling fantastic having done some damage to this thing's foot. What is he up to
Yeah,
now?
boy. Game plan has not changed. Oh, you know what? It's changed a little bit. I'm getting bolder. I'm gonna aim for the ankle now.
Okay.
Just working your way up.
Just 4 slams against its ankle.
Just 4 quarterstaff hits to the ankle.
Okay.
And I've realised that so I have improved or not improved. I can't remember the name of it. My crits are 18 to 20. So
Damn!
I can roll
alright.
18, 19, or 20. And because of my shitty stats, the only way I can hit this thing is with crits.
Okay. Here we go. 4 rolls.
Good luck.
18 and over.
That's a 19.
Here we
Hooray.
go.
14, no. 11, no. 19, yes!
Is that 2 hits?
That's
So, yeah, 2
2
crits.
crits. Yeah. Wait, that was only
Nice.
3 rolls, was it? Or was that 4 rolls?
That was 4.
Okay, cool. So you got two hits and 2 crits. So give us your double dice for that.
Yep, first one is 10, and second one is 10. So 2 hits of 10 each.
Yeah, and you're just sort of
Hell
bringing
yeah.
it right into the bony part of its ankle. You know that spot where you keep hitting yourself on like the leg of the coffee table or something like that. Yeah, so that's
Take this, you giant fuck!
and again it lets out just a little roar. Like you've really managed to hit a sore spot for it.
Oh yeah, Brad.
It's got weak ankles. Okay, we know now, team.
It used to be a skateboarder when it was a teenager.
Amico.
Righto. So I'm going to point at the ground by the other leg, the one that Crap isn't hitting, because I don't want to hurt the boy. And I'm going to cast Erupting Earth right there. So it has to make a DC 19 Dexterity saving throw, or take 3d12 bludgeoning damage.
It has not passed, but it is choosing to pass.
How many?
Brilliant.
of
So it
those
takes
did you
half that damage.
Cool. Give us a roll.
Cool. That is a 15. Sorry, 24 plus 3 is 27. So half that, which is 13.
Yeah, 13.
Brilliant. So 13 damage. And
So
I'm
what does
going
that look
to-
like? What was that? What did it look like? Because you said it was bludgeoning damage. What was it?
So erupting earth. You point spot you can see the ground, and a fountain of churned earth and stone erupts in a 20-foot cube. So I'm just slapping my hands together, just go, boom, and then just underneath its foot, with
Yeah,
exactly that noise. It doesn't sound very convincing, but it hurts a lot.
yeah. It definitely definitely hurt.
And on that cube, I'm also going to yell at Smo, Smo, get down here and give Crap us a bit of help. So I'm going to, with that, I'm going to give Crap telling Smo to do a help action on Crap to help him with, I guess, dexterity saving throws, stuff like that, so he doesn't get trod on or something.
Okay.
Does that help come in the form of advantage or something?
Yes, I'm just looking at the help action here.
Yeah. So if he's...
actually, oh no, it just doesn't really matter.
I think it grants advantage on next attack, right?
on basically whatever your next action is, Smo is there to help. So that'll mean advantage on any sort of saving throw if that's the next action, or attacks or anything like that.
Okay, cool.
Can I make it? So it says alternatively, I can aid a friendly creature and an attacking creature, or feint and distract the target. Could I help it? Could I make it do disadvantage because of Smo screwing around down there?
So if you want,
Nice.
you can just you can, instead of helping out Crap specifically, you could be using Smo's help action to distract the monster.
Yeah, I'll do that, please.
Okay. Okay, cool. Ted.
I know this city's secrets. That's a given. What? You know what? What's the terrain nearby? You know, is there a convenient lake of acid or a fireworks factory or something like that?
Look, I gave you the garden. All right.
Okay, fair enough.
We lure it towards the giant guillotine.
We lure it towards the giant monster killer.
You know there's the town center is relatively close by. That's the only sort of that, and your statues, I guess, the 6 statues that show the bravery of you and the heroes of Arabelle are at the entrance to the town center as well.
So we're going the other way, right?
So you're heading south towards the town center.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna try and run ahead of it, so that at the very least I can tell people to get out of the way.
It's still standing in front of this hostel at the moment. A quarter of it destroyed. People screaming from within.
They should probably get out.
They shouldn't be. It's dangerous.
Are they waiting around for someone to tell them?
Out the window, I guess.
They're all in slow-mo at the moment, just like running through the hostel for the doors.
All right, then I will get in a bit closer and I will again shoot it.
Okay, cool. With advantage.
Oh, with advantage. Nice. All right.
Is that fairy fire still?
I believe so. How long did that last
Yes,
for?
it's still on. For a minute, or that's a concentration spell. Did I get hit before or after I did it? I don't remember. In which case, I should probably do a con save. To be fair,
give us a con save.
I completely forgot it. Brilliant. You're a kind and generous DM. All right. That's a crit 1. No fairy fire for anybody.
Okay. All right, so it's no advantage.
In that case, only my second shot will hit, and it'll do 9 damage.
Okay, great.
Sorry for breaking you up.
Anything else from Ted?
No, I'm good.
It's the TARRASQUE's turn, and it is going to sort of, its attention is sort of split between the hostel in front of it and Dusk again, like clinging to its face. So it's going to take a massive bite out of the hostel, what with you clinging to its face. So you can give me a dex saving throw, Dusk.
Okay. I have advantage on dex saving throws against effects I can see.
You can definitely see this.
It's one of those was I rolled a d12 instead of a d20, so that is a 18 plus 1. Am I within 30 feet of Jarrod? Jarrod, what was your character's name again? I'm sorry.
Klaatu.
Klaatu. Am I within 30 feet of Klaatu?
Yes, you are.
Oh,
Then that's a 22, I think. Is it plus 3 if I'm within 30 feet of you?
2.
Plus 2. Okay, 21.
Okay, cool. That is that you've saved. You managed to sort of get up onto the back of its head as he brings his face down to take a massive bite out of the hostel in front of you. It has dealt a decent blow to this section of the hostel, and it too crumbles down. There's half of the hostel, so the back half of this hostel now is remaining standing, and it takes a few steps forward and just like kicks out at the hostel with Crap attached to his foot. Crap, can I get either I guess either a dex or a strength saving throw from you? You can choose whether you're gonna like just hold on or if you're gonna try and move out of the way.
With a dex saves of +0, I'm definitely going to try and hold on.
Okay.
Oh, come on. Aha, 23.
Yeah, perfect. You do hold on, and you manage to avoid all of the sort of debris that is just explodes around you. There's just a massive noise of screaming and rubble, just as another chunk of this hostel just disintegrates into the ground. We're going to add another 10. We're going to add, thanks to the 2 parts of this hostel that it's just taken out, we're adding another 10 to the death toll. That brings us to 21 at this point. And once again, annoyed by all of the things flying around and launching things at it, it whips its tail into a piece of rubble and launches it up towards Klaatu.
Do we get the disadvantage on that?
Yes.
Cool. I can only affect attacks, not things that have saving throws.
Cool. So that's a total of 29.
Okay, well that's gonna hit.
Yeah, I don't think the disadvantage is helping all that much, but you do get resistance.
It helps. Anything helps.
33. So that's 43 damage, but we half that thanks to the resistances. So that's 21 damage to Klaatu.
Cool. And I'm gonna throw my reaction out again and use Spirit Shield. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 damage off what you took as well, and 11 net force damage to the TARRASQUE.
All right, so Klaatu, you still take 10 damage as again, and unlike, it's not the tail this time, but a massive chunk of this building is just launched your way, and it hits and manages to just do 10 damage to you. 11 damage of force damage. Well, that's to the rock. It's not. It's the character wouldn't be taking, the TARRASQUE won't be taking damage. It'll be the rubble that's hitting, I assume.
I thought you said it was the tail.
No, it's whipped a big chunk of the building, and the building's launched. So no damage to the to Terry on this one.
Cool.
Terry.
Sorry, I misheard what we were talking about.
No, that's totally fine. All right, Klaatu, a little dazed from that.
Before it ends, it's in the same zone, right?
Yeah, it hasn't
where
moved.
It was?
Yeah.
Okay, so it takes 48 radiant damage from my wall of light.
Yeah.
You roll the dice.
Yeah, give me 1 second to find the spell so I can click the special magic button that makes it go.
Which are you using? Does D&D Beyond have like a just make spell go button? That's awesome.
Yeah, it's great. 18 damage.
Okay.
I'm doing something, guys. Gail's on it. Okay, he's
Hell
doing
yeah,
stuff.
Gail, you're getting it.
Yeah,
It
perfect.
feels so good.
Because it's kind of moved partially into it while it was doing that bite, and it's brought its head back up, and it's sort of the wall is mid sort of skull as it just goes boosh and just damages it. Cool, Klaatu.
Okay, Klaatu is going to cast. Well, first of all, as a bonus action, Staggering Smite. So the next time he strikes the TARRASQUE with a melee attack, he'll do an extra. Well, there'll be some things.
Okay.
So and then he's going to take a swing at the ankle this time. The ankle that hopefully, if he can reach it, that everyone else has been having a go at.
Mm-hmm.
With his Holy Avenger greatsword. It still should have advantage due to the vow of enmity. So that is 30.
That's
Nice.
it.
And so the attack itself does 7, so that 14 and So that's 17 for the sword attack itself, but the staggering smite means that it does an additional 4d6 psychic damage.
Oh, nice.
He needs to make a wisdom. Well, the Tarrasque needs to make a wisdom saving throw. That additional damage is 11, 12. Additional 15 damage.
So he's rolled a total of 20 for the wisdom saving throw.
Probably safely past that. Then then there's no further effect.
So just the 17.
Just the damage. Yeah.
So that was with the sword, yeah. So you just brought that sword into its leg. Is that where you're aiming at? There's a little a little thing happens this time that hasn't really happened before. Is where you bring your sword across the back of its leg, and the skin opens up, but it sends like cracks, like splintering up its leg, almost like the skin is cracking. And that it goes as high as like almost to the top of its back of its thigh, and all the way down to its heel. Gale.
Well, that's worth another.
Sorry.
I've got one more attack.
Oh, nice.
One more attack. It's only going to be a 25. Will that gonna hit? Yeah.
A 25. Yeah, that's a hit.
Okay, so that's just a regular 5. 19.
What was that? Sorry, 18.
19.
19.
Same place.
Yeah, and the sort of cracking of the skin wraps around over the foot now, and starts creeping down at the top of one leg down into the other. And it is Gale's turn.
Hello.
Hi, Gale.
Gale is going to point a finger at the Tarrasque and go and just whisper under his breath, "Death." And I'm going to use Finger of Death on it.
Okay.
So that makes a Constitution saving throw. Has to be to 19.
He's got a good modifier for this.
No, I'm really hoping this works.
He has rolled a 6 plus its modifier. It has rolled 16. It has failed.
Woo!
What does it mean?
Dude,
what is it? Does it just die?
It's 78 plus 30, so that's 53 damage.
53 damage.
That's our biggest hit so far.
Wow,
I told you guys, Gale had a big turn coming up.
Yeah, Gale, you did it.
You point and you're like, death, and the cracking of the skin that you see sort of forming across both of its legs, just in an instant, like covers almost all of it up to the neck. The only thing that isn't cracked at this point is its head.
Oh, hell yeah.
That was a power move. Power move from
That is
Gale.
a big power move. After messing up pretty consistently, I finally did something good.
Yeah, and it just screams out this enormous roar. And again, as it roars, any people that are fleeing freeze and drop to the ground shaking in fear. Anything else from Gale?
Let me just quickly see if I can do my bonus action. No, I think that's it from Gale. I think Gale is good. I think he's pretty happy with it.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Dusk, back to you.
Nice. I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
If I want to like shout something, is that going to cost me an action?
Nah.
Or can I do?
Nah, you just go right ahead. Free action to
cool.
yell. As long as you're not yelling like a 10-minute spoken poem.
No, it's like Dusk shouts down at the hostel. He's like, "It's early checkout time. You gotta get out of here." And then he's going to just go for another couple of... Okay, just checking. Do I have advantage without reckless attack? Has anyone got any effects on to give me advantage?
I think now that Fairy Fire's gone, there's no auto
Cool, I'm going to go for the reckless attack. I'm still going for the eye, because I'm trying to pop its eye. Okay. One of those was a natural one. That's 15 plus 11, 26.
26 is a hit.
Cool. Okay, that is 25. I rolled another 1. Have I
Okay.
popped its eye yet?
Again, no.
I've done like 100 damage to this eye.
Yeah. You bring it down, and you've carved another chunk of its eyelid off, and you can see now that where you've cut, the cracks are starting to spread up and over its
Nice.
where you're standing. You can
Cool.
see cracks underneath your feet forming.
Second attack is also a 26 to hit.
Roll the dice.
Cool. That's 8. So that is 32 damage. I'm just like, I know it's not fancy, but I'm just doing pretty consistent damage and applying disadvantage. So that's pretty much what Dusk do. But to end my turn, I don't want to move away from the eye. I actually want to like stick my feet and like lean down so that I'm taking up its field of vision on its right side. So that like I'm basically just trying to do a big distraction and maybe get it to hit itself.
Yeah, okay, cool. I think with that and with Smo like flying around, it's going to be seriously disadvantaged on any sort of visual attacks that it needs. Crap, back to you. Clinging to this leg.
Yeah, so the leg that I'm clinging to, that's not the leg that got the cracks through it
Correct.
from Klaatu's successful attack.
Although, because of all of this damage that it's taken, there are now cracks all over the foot you're on as well.
Okay, yeah, so that is going to cause Crap to just, like, eyes wide, like, did I do that? And he's going to try and just do, like, straight up jabs at the crack, the nearest crack to him.
Okay. Roll to hit.
So yeah, roll to hit and try and crit. Crit or nothing.
Crit or nothing. This could be it.
12, 13, 12, 20. Yes.
Nice. All right, roll for
Here we
damage.
go.
Double dice.
Get that crack. 8. He gets 8 damage in the crack.
Okay, nice. You managed to with that 8, you managed to peel off, or at least lift a chunk of the skin without even intending to. You bring it down, and as you pull back, it just loosens a chunk of the skin. Anything else from Crab?
I'm just trying to see if I've got any interesting bonus actions or anything. I don't think I do. I'm pretty sure he's a very stock standard fighter who's just like, I can hit stuff, and I have a few special abilities for when I get hit. But there's nothing else I can do. No
What
fancy. What was that? Oh, subclass. That is a good question. I've completely forgotten which one I chose.
I think it's champion, isn't it?
Yeah, if you
I'm
put it
pretty
on a
sure. I'm pretty
roll
sure I
thing,
chose champion. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I chose champion.
don't think champion has too many bonus actions. They just all that crap fishing.
Yeah, that's it. So I've just made myself better at hitting than
Okay.
most. That's pretty much it.
Okay, cool. Amiko.
All right, so I'm going to yell at... This is probably going to be contentious. Tell me to bugger off if I'm completely overstepping here. But I'm going to yell over at Crap and go, Crap, how would you like to be more?
More what?
I'll take that as a yes. And I'm going to cast Polymorph on Crap. And I'm going to turn him into an adult red dragon.
What?
Okay.
Yeah, this is my first time playing a spellcaster, so I'm reading the thing in front of me, and I don't know what the limitations to this thing are.
What's the what's the CR rating
right?
of what you can create?
It doesn't say.
Chat, can somebody Google, can we turn polymorph someone into an adult red dragon? First person in the chat to come back.
There'll be like a CR rating, right, for what you can
so
polymorph.
you can your challenge rating is
Yeah, it
equal
just-
or less than the target's or its level. The target doesn't challenge, but I'm not.
So-
Because if it's a level 20, then it could be a level at CR 20
Yeah, so you can.
theoretically.
That's true. We need to.
An adult red dragon CR 17.
Are you,
Okay,
well,
Okay,
because I would have liked to go for an ancient red dragon, but that's CR 23. That's beyond me.
okay, I got a ruling in chat. It says every creature in D&D 5e has a type, a beast. Beast is one of those types. You can find a creature's type in its stat block. If the stat block for a creature says beast under type, then it is applicable for polymorph.
so it has to be a beast.
Anything else, Dragon, Fiend, Aberration, Fae is not allowed.
But that means you can go up to
Give me.
CR20 Beast.
I don't think
Follow-up
there are any
question
CR20
for
beats.
chat.
Thank you,
Follow-up question
Revolver, for googling us a rule break.
Yeah, no, that's
Follow-up
perfect.
question for chat. True polymorph. That just says creature into creature. So if it's true polymorph, you could do anything. Or
Yeah.
We got another one from Jules. It says, according to Xanathar's guide, level 20 players are equivalent to CR10 monster. However, that table is for soloing medium encounters, so CR12 monster might be more accurate.
Oh, so it's half of the player's level, is it?
Okay.
So CR12 is what you can do.
Right. Okay, cool. Never mind. I'm not going to do that.
Are you sure?
But I am going to cast Blight.
It could turn me into a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
You know what? That actually sounds like a good ass time. I'm going to turn you into Tyrannosaurus Rex.
It's a CR8.
That is a beast. That's a this is CR8 beast. So you can, if you've got the stat block for that, Brad, you can absolutely.
Yep, I do.
So it's almost like
Brilliant.
Thank you, Jules.
You point out and turn crap. This small, was it a gnome or a goblin? Gnome, right?
Goblin.
Turn him into this, like, how tall is it? Like a 12-foot tall Tyrannosaurus Rex. And it's almost like a mini Tarrasque standing on the foot of a 40-foot Tarrasque.
And sorry, you finish.
I was going to say, make sure you got the stat block up and ready for yourself, Brad.
Yep.
Cool. Carry
Cool.
on.
And for my bonus action, I'm just going to go, all right, Smo, keep distracting it. Let him do the heavy lifting now.
Great. Ted.
That's it.
All right. Well, no, I'm gonna shoot that crack.
Please.
So just I'm just gonna aim right in, and let's see, 31
31's ahead.
for 10 damage, and then 28,
That's a hit.
and another 18 damage.
The by this point, the splintering of skin is covering the entirety of this Tarrasque. It looks like the skin is almost floating on it at this point instead of really being held together. And it is, unless you got something else for a bonus action there, Ted?
No, I'm just gonna move around a little bit.
Cool. So you sort of position yourself in front of it, sort of near enough that you get to see the Tarrasque finally, just as these people are all running, and you can see a couple of the people almost trapped inside a quarter of this hotel as it just goes down once more with both of its claws and its face knocking the rest of the hostel down. Yes.
I'm
Penny.
sticking to the face, so I need to take a Dex saving throw.
Give me a Dex saving throw, yeah.
19 plus 1, or potentially plus 3 if I'm near our friendly paladin.
You are.
Yeah, cool. So 22.
You needed 22, so you both rolled 22, and the save meets and beats that. So you managed to again dodge out of the way as its face just slams down into the rest of the hostel. Now, Gail, you do see some of them up there as they perish. Was it Gail that had that? I can't remember who did that fancy thing with the dead bodies, but you see maybe.
That was me.
Oh, so okay, there we go. Sorry, Miko. So you see maybe 7 people just crushed beneath its face and claws as it comes down on top of them all.
I'm going to just gesture at 2 of the bodies and go, Smo, do the thing once more again to those guys, please, thank you.
Cool.
And I turn them into healing flames.
Cool. But the hostel now completely gone. The Tarrasque eyes up the town centre that it can see just beyond the small block of buildings, and you can see a lot of people have been crowded there for this Halloween night sort of festival that's going on in there. There looks to be maybe 200-300 people in this town square, and it starts its walk towards it. I'll just carry the people who are... Actually, let's move everyone back
I'm
a little
guessing now it won't finish its turn in the light.
No, it has managed to move out and is making a decent run towards...
Decent game.
Yeah, we're about to hit a
center.
very high death toll.
So that did, with the ending of that hostel, it has added another 11 to the death toll. So can chat throw up? I think that's 20 something.
We were at 11 before, I think.
Yeah, so that's bumped it up to 22. Klaatu.
I don't think we're going to be heroes of the town after this.
I'm sure in all of our years of being heroes, we've had bigger death tolls than this.
To be fair, who else is going to deal with this issue but
That's
yeah,
true.
exactly. I mean,
can't be so hard on ourselves.
I can
try
raise
not to.
dead twice per long rest. That's
That's
20
easy.
people. We could resurrect in a week before their bodies get too old. Anyway, okay, Klaatu. As we're moving along, and as the attack on the ankle seems to be quite successful, he's gonna rinse and repeat what he did last time. Another staggering smite targeted at the TARRASQUE's ankle. So let's see. Here we go. An attack roll. Okay, that first one is 28.
That's a hit.
Okay, so the regular part of the attack is, and just keep my dice handy. That would be a better idea. Okay, so 19 damage plus 4d6, and that is just another 9. And again, a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw of a 12.
Okay, so on a failed save, it has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks, and can't take reactions until the end of its next turn.
Okay, nice. With that attack, all of the skin that was being... it was barely holding on as it was, just starts sloughing off and falling away. And you can just see this meaty sort of look to the entire Tarrasque. You can see, Crap, you look up and you can see 2 hearts pulsating on its chest. Dusk, you look down and see a heart pulsating on its back. And Klaatu, Gail, and Amiko, and Ted, you can see the one on the back of his back, but also another one pulsating at the base of its tail.
This is very Resident Evil.
Yeah, he just revealed his critical weak points to us.
Yeah.
Are they red and glowing?
They're not glowing, but they're definitely red and glowing. And again, just lets out that massive roar as it starts to pick up its speed. So you got another attack there,
question.
Oh yeah.
Aesthetics question. So, am I still holding on to the leg of this thing with my tiny Tyrannosaurus arms?
yeah. As the skin's been sort of sliding away, you've just been like scrabbling for a hold on it, and because you have small arms, you're actually pressed up really close to just like the wet meat of its leg.
Oh,
Yuck.
I give it a lick.
Oh.
Like a cat licking a salt lick.
Wait your turn. Okay. So the second attack, I'm going to fly with that at the nearest heart. Try and stab it.
Yeah, so you can take your pick between the one on the base of its tail or the one sort of on its back. They're about the same sort of distance from you at this point.
Okay. Let's go for the tail one.
Okay.
It's 19, so 32 to hit.
Let's have a look. Yep, that's a hit.
And 13 damage. Oh, sorry. 19.
19 damage. Okay. Cool. You slash across the beating heart at the base of its tail, and blood sort of sprays out, but it continues just beating just a little faster.
Oh, it's so gruesome.
It's a Halloween special.
Imagining it.
Gail. It's back,
What's up?
back with Gail. Hey, Gail. What's going on?
Hey,
What's up, Gail?
not much, man. I'm going to start off my turn by walking my full 30 feet,
Okay.
which I think is that much. That's a get. And then I'm going to use Misty Step to get even a little closer.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of like around here. And then I'm going to cast Power Word Stun on the beast, or the giant monster that is roaming this town.
What is
So
power?
if he has less than 150 health, it is stunned. Otherwise, the spell has no effect.
He has more
And-
than 150 remaining.
It does?
Mm.
Damn. Okay, well, that was a waste. I just assumed because
That's information. Information is
What
worth its
actually-
weight in gold.
What does stun do? I'm trying to think of something, because you've got these, as you can tell, the game's changed a little bit. You've got very, very specific areas that you meant to be targeting right now. What does stun do?
Stun means that they are incapacitated. They can't move. They can speak, but only falteringly. Not that they speak anyway.
Mm.
They automatically fail strength and dex throws, and attack rolls have advantage.
I'm trying to think of what would happen to one of the hearts if you were to.
If I were to stun one of the hearts,
Mm.
it would have advantage. Like, attack rolls would have advantage.
Yeah. So I mean, you could absolutely target one of the hearts, and the heart would become stunned.
I've already used the spell, I think. I feel like it's unfair to pull back now.
No, it's more about me letting you know that what you can and can't target. So I'm happy to.
Yeah,
I'm happy
I'll
for you.
I'll go for a heart. I'll go for a heart. I'll still use the spell.
Cool.
Which one is like the most popular heart team that I know of? I guess.
But thumbs up for the one on the back. What do people think about the one on the back? No. How about or the one on the the base of the tail that's had some damage?
The tail. Go for the tail.
Yeah, tail
Go for
up.
the tail.
Okay, cool. So
I'll use it on the tail.
all right. So there are advantage on any attacks on the heart at the base of the tail.
Awesome.
Cool. Top of the order, Dusk.
Right. Do I have to roll intelligence to figure out if I'm supposed to attack the hearts, or is that really obvious?
It's obvious.
Cool.
This thing, despite having lost its skin,
Check. Yeah.
it doesn't look like it's out of breath. It doesn't look like it's been affected by any of the damage, other than the fact that it no longer has its skin. And you sort of piece two and two together of, well, you've got these massive hearts. Let's see what we can
Yeah.
do.
Okay. Cool. Then I'm gonna. Is the heart within 40 feet of me?
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So it's got two on its chest, one on its back, one base of tail. They would all be within 40 feet of you, since this thing is 40 foot tall.
I guess my follow-up question is: if I attack the heart, does my spirit powers only affect the heart, or do they affect the Tarrasque as like a being? Because if they are different targets.
It is a different target.
Okay. Does he still have eyes?
It does.
Okay, cool. I've got 2 attacks, so I want to keep my disadvantage and my resistance up on the Tarrasque itself. So I'm going to do first Reckless Great Weapon Master attack on the eye.
Okay.
Not great. Not great. That's a 17 to hit.
That is a miss. That is a
Yeah,
mess.
unfortunately, I want to go for a second. I do realize I'm supposed to be hitting the hearts, but I want to keep my passive up on the Tarrasque itself. So, second attack, that's 16 plus 11, 27.
That is a hit.
Cool, okay. I'll go for the heart next round.
Okay.
That is 29 damage on the eye. And put back up our... Keep our disadvantage and our... what was the other thing? Resistance up on the against the Tarrasque, and then I'll use my remaining movement to head over to where the heart is.
You bring that axe down, and for the first time, it hasn't got any eyelids to save it from their swing, and the axe just comes straight down into its eye and just splits it open. And you head down the back of its head towards the heart as just like fluid flows down its face.
Nice, cool. Pop the eye finally.
This thing is partially blinded.
Hell yeah. Okay, cool. And I'll just run over towards the heart for my movement.
Cool. Crap.
Oh, and that's me.
Dino crap.
Yeah, so I'm very surprised that just a few seconds ago I suddenly became... my friend Amico asked me the question, do you want to be more? I think I said, what? And then suddenly I'm a fucking dinosaur.
And feeling great, by the way.
Yeah, so I guess in the shock of the moment, all I can really do is just bite the big chunk of meat that's right in front of me, which is the leg that I'm holding on to.
Okay.
So for the sake of polymorph, so do I just act exactly as the Tyrannosaurus Rex? I just become it?
I believe so. With a polymorph, you get the stat block of the creature you become.
Okay. Strangely, my AC didn't change.
Nice.
Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is bite this meaty leg that I'm holding on to. That is a 28 to hit with a bite.
Yep, that's a hit.
And it's a nice tasty hit too. So let's get out a bunch of D12s.
Guess
17
crab took
plus
us a
12, 29 bite.
Cool. You sink your teeth in, and you do puncture the leg, but there's
no damage because I'm not magical.
No, you're definitely magical. And if you were attacking this leg with anything else, it would also not do anything. You do sink your teeth in. There are puncture marks on it, but it just doesn't seem to affect the Tarrasque at this point. The beating of the hearts above you make you think you may be targeting the wrong thing at this point.
Okay. In that case, instead of getting my multi-attack, second attack with the tail, with my tail, like whipping its feet, which obviously is going to do nothing, now that I'm aware of this, I'll let you decide, Reagan. Can I use my movement to climb up this leg with my tiny dinosaur hands?
I
Tyrannosaurus
will...
Rex's medical leap.
Yeah, I'll let you use just give me a strength roll to see.
What's the Tyrannosaurus strength? I'll bring the stats back up.
It's got a +7.
+7, yeah. Okay. Strength, that is a 19.
Yeah, great. So you just sink your claws into, like, your little claws and your back claws into the meat and start just climbing up this the Tarrasque's body. So you can use your speed to choose how far up you go.
Okay, cool. 50 feet.
All right, you can climb right to the top of this thing if you so choose.
Okay, I'm going to position myself as close to a heart as possible. This may be Crap's last action in life. He wants to go out as an absolute beast, literally.
All right, well, the
That's
closest
the way it should be.
the closest one to you, there's 2 on its chest. So you can just make your way right up and get eye to eye with this heart.
Okay, next round I'm biting it.
Okay. Amico.
Cool. So with my medical background, do I know it was exactly what's happening to the Tarrasque?
Yeah. Give me a, what have we got there? A medical roll, a intelligence.
Medicine check.
Surely
Medicine. Give me a
There is a
veterinary
medicine,
roll
yeah.
would be
maybe a survival. Maybe a survival to see what you know about the.
Survival.
Yeah.
Cool. Sounds good. That is a 30.
Yeah, this is sort of mirrors a beast you've heard, a mythical beast you've heard of. You've never heard of a Tarrasque doing this, but there's another creature that you know of that's that does this, and you're painfully aware that from this state, there's only one way to harm this thing, and that is the hearts. The thing you do know is that the hearts don't have nearly the same kind of level of resistance that the beast itself has.
Fantastic. So I'm going to run up to about here, and as I'm running, my shifting is going to go because I've been in it too long, and all my fur just falls off. It's quite a horrendous thing to see. Shaking it off me as I go, and as I'm running, I'm yelling, "Only the hearts! Only the hearts! The rest of it can go to hell. I don't care. But get the hearts!" Hopefully everybody heard me. And when I get to about where I am, I'm going to cast Blight at the hearts. And that is a DC 19 con save.
What does Blight do?
Blight, necromantic energy washes over a creature of my choice that I can see within range, draining moisture and vitality from it. The target must make a constitution saving throw, or take 8d8 necrotic damage on a failure, and half as much on a success.
It's rolled 27.
Well, it takes half that. So I'm just gonna
Which
roll that boy.
Yeah, it's gonna hit hard.
Which one were
beg your
you
pardon?
targeting?
The one on the tail.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so that I'm using the dice roller on this guy because I don't have that many dice and I can't count because I am just about as smart as Amico. And it's very slow rolling. Cool.
That's all right.
Is the number going to come up? It is not going to come up. So I have to count this myself. No. Total of 37 damage. Half that is 18?
Yeah, 18.
Yeah, it feels like an 18. Wonderful. So it takes 18 damage to the heart tail. And I'm going to... Smo's going to yell out at me, "Alright, so you're going to let me do something or what?" "Yes, Smo. Fly around and attack the heart and the tail. Thank you very much." So he's going to fly around and he's going to use Flame Seed on the heart. So that is I've got to roll this boy. That is a 16 to hit.
That is a miss.
Okie dokie. So does nothing. Damn it, Smo, try harder. You got me all hyped up.
Great.
I
Anything
love
else?
Smo.
Yeah, Smo's great. Anything else
Yeah.
from Amico? Nope.
No, sorry, that's it. Yeah, I'm good.
Cool. Ted.
Okay, so got a quick question for Crap and for Dusk. How you feeling? Like strong? Like
Yeah, no, I'm strong as hell, baby.
I'm as
Yeah,
strong
cool.
as I've ever been.
I'm gonna fire an arrow just straight up in the air, and then like 100 arrows are gonna come down on top of the Tarrasque.
Damn.
As I cast Conjure Volley.
Cool spell.
So, let's see. It's a dexterity saving throw.
Is this something I can see?
You'll see the arrows coming down. Yeah, that's for sure.
Sure, yeah. I got a natural 20.
Okay, it's a
I
17
got
to
a
save.
natural 20 and not on an attack.
The Tarrasque only rolled an 8.
All right, 8d8 damage.
I got a 14 as a Tyrannosaurus.
You're kind of on its chest at the moment, so I'd assume you're going to be pretty safe for the most part.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's only going to hit the back and tail hearts.
Yeah.
So 8d8, half if you succeeded. in
You did
And
Nice.
also, I'm raging, and this is, I assume, piercing damage?
Yes.
So, is that quarter damage then if I succeeded and have resistance?
I'll tell you, the total is 43. Do with that what you will.
So you have resistance, which halves it, and you saved.
Yeah.
So yeah, it quarters it.
So, half of 42 is 21, and then half again is 11?
10.
10
We'll go with
round down.
Okay, round down. Cool. No, I'm sweet, man. You can keep hitting me if you want. I don't mind. I'm made of metal.
So I think 43 to both of the hearts.
Yeah, perfect. So each heart now just has like 20 odd arrows from that volley. There's a few more that have just stuck into the back of this Tarrasque, but those hearts themselves are just like little small pin cushions at this point.
Crushing it, team.
I'm probably in that area of effect as well, because when I just most recently attacked the heart.
It's a what 40-foot radius, 20-foot high cylinder.
Yeah, it's theoretical that he could have aimed that in a way that missed you. I guess it's up to
Very accurate. Very accurate.
Okay.
You can roll.
Then...
We can give that a try if you want.
Why not?
I mean, you make me want to do that now. So give us a deck. Was it a deck saving throw?
Deck saving throw. Target 17.
Okay. Well, natural 19. So 20.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay.
So that's...
Is it half damage or is it just completely avoided?
It's half damage.
So 21 damage.
21 damage. Okay.
Anything else from Ted other than that amazing move?
He'll just stand back and admire that for a minute, I think.
Yeah.
Admiring.
The Tarrasque just roars. Absolutely roars. I just need to figure out exactly what we're going to do here because it is breaking. It is doing what it can to just break out of there. And dashes. With... sorry, where are we going here?
Right.
There is some decent distance on you now as it just puts its head down and just starts sprinting towards that town square. People have noticed. They hadn't really seen much of it before, but they're all turning, shock and screaming. There is candy flying everywhere and small decorations being thrown into the air and costumes, masks are being lifted off with faces of shock and horror at this massive, skinless monster racing towards them. But since it's dashed, that is its only action.
As it dashes away, I'll take an attack of opportunity.
Yes, please.
Do the townsfolk remark at the robot and dinosaur riding the skinless beast?
They're terrified that there's like a huge dinosaur and then like a smaller dinosaur. They're like, yeah,
Must be some kind of Halloween float.
Yeah, they're all screaming enjoy for the new float. What'd you roll for the opportunity attack?
24.
That is a hit.
Tail heart.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
Roll for damage.
$21.
That's enough. You bring your sword across it, and it just bursts open. It beats its last beat, and just sort of sits in the sort of base of that tail, completely still. You've destroyed one of the hearts. And again, with that, the Tarrasque roars once more. Do you get like... You just get the one attack on an opportunity attack, eh? You don't get to do like your full action. Cool. It's your turn anyway, Klaatu.
So, it's now probably...
It's about 55 feet from you at this point.
Okay. Wow, we've got a gap to close. So, I as paladin who's taken the oath of vengeance, I am going to transform using the avenging angel transformation. A second set of wings sprouts from my back.
Yes,
granting me a flying speed of 60 feet. And and I give chase.
Yeah, perfect. That gets you right up next to this thing.
Okay. So is that close enough to make an attack this round?
Yeah, absolutely. It's 55 feet away. Your speed of 60 will get you right there.
Brilliant. Here we go. So now I'm going to attack a chest heart.
Perfect.
I'm clinging right in front of that one.
Yeah, there's two, and there's like a T-Rex dangling.
I'm attacking the other one. the one not covered by a T-Rex. Okay, so that is hovering with two sets of wings. That is a 32.
That's a hit
on that attack roll. So 16 on that attack, and then second attack definitely misses.
Yeah,
it'll be a 15.
Yep, that's a miss.
Yep.
Cool. Gail, it's been a long time. How you doing?
Hey man. Oh, I'm just chilling. Reagan, I do have to say something, and this is kind of I'm kind of a bozo. I stunned that one heart on the tail, and we forgot to do a Constitution saving throw. I forgot to remind you to do a Constitution saving throw at the end of its turn, the Tarrasque's turn. So if you want, you can do that now to see.
Well, the one at the tail is dead now. It's gone.
It's dead. It's gone. Okay, that's fine then. No need.
Okay.
I will aim. I will aim for, with my Eldritch Blast, for whichever one's in sight. The chest one, I'm guessing, is in sight.
From your current viewpoint, it's just the back, the one at the sort of top of its back.
The one at the back. Well, I'll go for that.
Yeah.
So I'll just take the shot.
Roll to
I'll
hit.
take all four of it on that one thing. So I'm gonna roll all of my dice at once, except for one. Okay. 19, 24, and 16.
One of them hits.
Okay.
And they don't bounce back at you this time.
Yay!
That's a win.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, it's like, who even cares that I missed 3 of them? At least I didn't die.
Give us a damage roll.
That is 12 damage.
For the one on its back. Okay. Cool. I mean, are there any effects with an Eldritch Blast, or is it just is it a certain type of damage?
What I went with is I just went with range.
Okay.
Basically, you can get effects. I just was like, I want it to go long. Far
Yeah,
away.
cool. It slams into it, and it pauses for a moment, like it skips a beat. Dusk, you're the one that notices it because of how close you are, but it sort of like stops, does a double beat, and then back into its normal rhythm for a bit.
Cool. Okay.
Anything else from Gail?
I think Gail's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Dusk, over to you.
Okay, so I have a couple of questions.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at this picture of the Tarrasque on the thing, and it seems to have a lot of like spikes coming out of its head. Can I make an athletics check to see if I can turn its head, because it's currently running, and I want to see if I can like steer it away from the big crowd of people and maybe into a building, or even have it fall over or something?
Yeah. You could definitely run up to one of the spikes on its head, sort of grab on and do like a strength test against this thing.
Like a horse, because if I can turn its head, it should follow its head.
I mean, they are basically just massive horses. Yeah.
They're just big horses, really. So I have a barbarian ability called Indomitable Might. So if my total for a strength check is less than my strength score, I can use that score and place the total. So the minimum I'm going to roll here is 24, but I have +7 to strength and +6 for proficiency bonus. So
well, damn.
So I'm +13 with a minimum of 24. So let's see how I do. I'm just going to roll one dice because I don't have any. Oh no, I do have advantage because I'm raging, because this is a strength check. So while you're raging, I have advantage on strength checks and saving throws. So advantage, minimum 24, +13. Let's go. 15 +13 28 to see if I can turn its head.
The Tarrasque rolled a 19 with a modifier of 10 and has rolled 29. You hold on, and you're like really putting all of your might into it to a point where you feel like that the horn might even snap, but it just manages to keep its head level as it eyes up the town square ahead of it.
Sorry, guys, I could have gone for the heart on that. That's my turn, right? That's my
That
action.
was a good
That's
idea.
your action. Yeah, it was a good idea.
Yeah, I might try that again next turn if we haven't reached the squish pit by this point.
Okay.
I didn't land an attack, so currently my rage goes down because I didn't do any damage and I didn't take any damage, and the spirits, the ancestral protectors, are no longer affecting it.
Right.
I didn't land an attack.
Okay.
So kind of a bad turn for Dusk, but we all get to have a gimme once in a while.
Yeah.
I think,
It'll be Dusk's turn again soon. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Crap. Dino crap.
Yeah, bite the heart. I'm gonna bite that heart.
Yeah, give us a roll to hit.
So I'm clinging with my tiny little claws as to this thing's chest. I'm mission impossibling it, and I'm going to try and munch the heart in front of my face.
Okay.
Perfect time for a natural 20.
Oh, yes. That's perfect. Double dice.
Yeah, so I get to roll 8d12 here.
Okay, this is good.
Oh my god.
So we have so far we are on 32, and I've rolled half of them.
Nice.
$56 total bite.
56. I think with like being in this Tyrannosaurus's body, you're feeling quite youthful, and you just sink your teeth and it just absolutely shred this thing with your teeth. So was it 56? Was it total?
Oh, plus 7, so 63.
63.
oh yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Tuck into that Flintstone vitamin.
Yeah, you pull your face away after having like ravaged it, and the entire muzzle of your T-Rex face is just covered in blood, and this heart in front of you is just beating so slowly now, and there is blood just pouring out of it, but it's still beating.
I can do a tail attack, but I don't foresee how I could do a tail attack on this heart. So I'm just going to wiggle my tail in the air.
Crap happily waggles his tail.
Yeah, it's a happy wag.
Yeah. Amico.
Alrighty, so I'm going to, I did count this before, so I'd know how much, but I'm going to run as far close as I can. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Going to run up to there, and then, slow down, this is meant to go this way. I'm going to wave my arm forward, and I'm going to cast Tidal Wave. You conjure up a wave of water that crashes down on an area within range. The area can be up to 30 feet long, up to 10 feet wide, up to 10 feet tall. But the important part is the Tarrasque needs to make a Dex 19 saving throw or be knocked prone and take 48 damage.
That's pretty good. That's pretty
yeah.
good. Dex...
Also, apologies for you guys on top of it.
No, it's fine. Dusk knew what he was getting into when he decided to climb the big horse.
What does he have to? What does he have to roll? Because what does he have to roll?
Dex 19.
He's failed.
He has failed.
He has failed.
Huge wave of water shoots up and smashes into him, and he takes 7, 8, 12, 14 points of bludgeoning damage and is knocked prone.
So we're going to say 14. He basically gets knocked down onto his chest, onto each of the hearts on his chest. They're going to take 14 damage to each one there.
Yeah.
Which is that, and cool. That, just keeping track. Then the rest of you, so Dusk is on top of this thing, and Crap is attached to the chest here. We're going to need to get some... what I'm going to get, I'll get athletics or acrobatics saving throws from both of you guys. Or saving throws, just acrobatics or athletics. To see how well you sort of dismount this thing as it collapses. You can also, Dusk, I'll let you choose maybe a strength saving throw if you want to just hold on and ride this thing down. I'd probably go against that for you, Crap, unless you want to be crushed into the ground.
Yeah, so I either have as a Tyrannosaurus +7 strengths to do this, or +0 dex.
A strength is just going to basically let you hold on while it slams into the ground. So
yeah,
at least with the dex, you might be able to get out of there.
I'm going to try and fling myself out the way.
Yeah. I have +13 to athletics, so I'm going for that. That's by far my best option. I don't have advantage anymore.
Okay.
That's 24 on my athletics check.
Okay. And Crap.
Oh, my dex is in that one.
Oh, no. Okay,
bud.
All right, bud. So the Tarrasque gets like washed by this massive wave and just like topples down into a prone position onto its chest, and then sort of falls down onto its side. As it hits, especially with a nat 1, you just get pinned to the ground between the weight of this Tarrasque and the ground. I need to decide what kind of damage. I'm going to treat it like a hit of one of its tails, like a direct hit from a massive swing of its tail.
Okay.
Which is 23 damage. And you also end up prone on the ground. With a roll of 24, Dusk like surfs this Tarrasque down to the ground, does a little forward flip, and lands sort of like right next to this thing on the ground. Dusk, you're near its back, where its back heart is, and the on the other side lies T-Rex Crap with the 2 chest hearts.
Can I see him? Is it like a see-through skeleton, or is it still flesh and solid?
It's almost like it's sitting behind, like it's almost got like meat and a couple of sort of ribs around it, but it's enough of it is exposed that you can get attacks into this thing.
No, I want to know if I can see Crap on the other side of it.
So no, sorry. It's you've basically got a wall of meat in front of you and between you two.
Yeah, okay, that's cool. I just want to know if I can see what happened to him, because I'd probably help him if I could.
Perfect. That was Amiko's turn, was that right? Is there anything else from Amiko?
It's as a bonus action, because for my bonus action, I don't think what's his name? Smo was able to keep up as the T-Rex, as the Tarrasque, excuse me, dashed. So he's gonna try get as close there as he can. Oh, come back here, you're mine! And he's just gonna stop. I think it's about 20 feet away. It's about as far as he can get.
Okay. This was a big move. He's prone. It's gonna definitely stop his journey to this town center. Ted, over to you.
Did you say it was lying on its side?
It's on its side now, yeah.
What
It
kind
hit
of like
rolled.
what kind of angle are we talking here? Is the back more exposed, or is the front more exposed?
It's come down onto its chest and rolled sort of partially, like 45 degrees, onto its side. So its chest is still semi sort of close to the ground, while its back is exposed, is more exposed.
All right. I think I'm going to hold fire on a volley of arrows. Then I'll run closer, and then I will aim at one of the chest hearts.
Okay.
The traditional hearts, you know, where hearts are usually kept.
Yeah.
Classic.
Give us a roll to hit.
Alrighty.
Now,
33.
there's two, from what you can see, one heart is in way worse of a situation than the other. One that has just been ravaged by the T-Rex.
So I'll aim at the damaged one. The first one hits and does 10 damage. The second one will also hit with 31 and do another 10 damage. So 20 in total.
Okay, perfect. And that was with your crossbow again, was it?
Yes.
Yeah, these two just like tear straight through it, just doof, doof. And with that second one hitting the heart that Crap can see, just stops beating and sort of almost deflates a little bit in its chest. You have defeated 2 of the Tarrasque's hearts.
This would be very different if it was a Valentine's Day special versus a Halloween special.
Yeah.
We'd be putting its hearts back together if it was a dog.
Anything else from Ted?
Nope.
All right, the Tarrasque is pissed now. It's had its skin removed. It's had 2 of its hearts destroyed, and it struggles to its feet using half of its movement. But instead of moving towards the town center, it just swings its tail across dusk in towards dusk.
Yeah.
Do I get an attack of opportunity as a T-Rex? As it gets up and away from me?
You're still within
Probably
5
not, right?
feet of it, yeah. It's still, like, parts of it has moved away, but you're still considered within, like, 5 feet of it. It rolled a nat 1. Now, what we do on Getting Dicey is anytime that there's a nat 1, we roll a D100. And with a D100, the lower the number, the worse that crit fail is.
Is that for enemies only, or
It's
also
for it's for everybody.
That's so cool. Oh.
So it's rolled a 76, which isn't too bad, but let's what I'm going to do is going to roll some effort at hit, some damage, 7, 12, 13, 23. So it manages to sort of bring its tail into your axe, which you managed to be just holding right in front of it. And if it still had skin, if it could still really take damage, it would be taking some extra damage. But the force that it's coming through, without that protective carapace protecting it completely, your axe just slices through the meat and into the bone in the middle of this tail and just breaks the tail.
Yeah.
This Tarrasque is now without like half of its tail, and it screams out in pain at what it's done, and now has you fully. It turns, looking down at you, and you can see now it looking. It's sort of front on with one beating heart in front of it. Crap now getting a view of its back, and it just brings its horns down into dusk. Rolling a 35.
Yeah, 35 hits. Surprisingly.
This is when it's getting a bit real now.
That's just like looking up, waiting, and then just boom, just flat.
Doing 42 piercing damage.
Yeah, fair. I'm not raging, so that's full damage on me. Got ourselves a Godzilla, guys. 42?
Yeah, 42. It then goes to bite down on you as well. Doing a nat 1 roll. This isn't good. I mean, it's great for you guys. It's not good for the Tarrasque.
Fantastic for us. Fantastic for us.
And again, with your axe held up, it just face plants eye first, its other eye, bam, directly into your axe, just splitting it. And it just
wait, split my axe or split the head?
no, split its eye with a net fail. It has mistimed that completely. Its jaw slams into the ground in front of you, and its eye straight into your axe. And it reaches up and screams in agony, and now blindly just slashes out with its claws into where it thinks you are, rolling with a disadvantage for each attack. A roll of 27 for the first one, and a 29 for the second one.
Still hits. You gotta get my rage back up.
So 10, 18, 24, 40 damage from the first attack.
You got any healers?
You can do a little healing.
And 38 damage.
I can definitely do a little healing.
From its second attack.
Total of 78.
78 damage.
I'm good.
How much
I'm
health
good.
do you
I've got 170 left.
want?
Okay.
Yeah, no,
Like more than my. That's more than my max health. Whatever.
Yeah, I have 305 total, so I'm. There's a reason that I ran straight up it in the first place. I was like, yeah, I'll take some damage. I'll be
Not
fine.
even bothered.
Doesn't even care. That is the Tarrasque's turn. We're back with Klaatu.
All right. I would. I guess it's probably time to have a go at murdering the remaining chest heart. So, Klaatu swings. Well, Well, actually, before Claudio swings, he's going to mark that remaining heart with a hunter's mark, just for some extra damage if he hits. So,
Hunter of a lonely heart.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's soon to be very lonely because we're killing hearts. So 30. That is 30 to heart.
Don't stop breaking hearts.
Yep, that is a hit.
Okay. So that is 23 damage.
Okay, perfect. And you notice with that attack again, there's just it stops for a moment, does a double beat, and then gets back into its normal rhythm.
Okay. And this for the second attack, it was a 26.
Which is a hit.
Hit. And that will be 18 damage. Oh, and I forgot my hunter's marks. So that is another 6.
Okay. Yeah, blood is just pouring freely from that remaining heart on its chest at this point. It's still beating, but it is much slower. And with that, we move to Gail.
Hello.
Hey, Gail.
Gail has an idea.
I like
because
ideas.
I'm pretty far away. I am going to use slow again. I'm going to cast slow on the big old demon. So that's a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
This is support. This will make it so it can't attack as much, guys.
Does it remove its speed or half its speed?
It halves its speed. It gets a -2 penalty to AC and Dex saving throws. It can't use reactions. On its turn, it can use either an action or a bonus, but not both. And regardless of its abilities or magic items, it can't make more than one melee or range attack during its turn.
Nice. That's such a good hit on this thing.
And what does the Tarrasque have to roll?
It has to get higher than a 19. From your smugness, I feel like it did.
14.
Oh my god, nice work.
But
Support Gale is here.
That's huge. So it can only attack with one of its melee attacks.
Yeah.
It loses half its speed. It gets penalized 2 of its AC. And it
Yes.
disadvantage on its saving throws. Is that right? Dexterity ones.
Correct, yeah. And then as a bonus action, I'm going to use my last 2 Misty Step. And now I have no more spells left, and it's all Eldritch Blast from here, baby.
Hell yeah.
No, whereabouts are you Misty Stepping to?
Just 30 feet closer.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool.
I'm awful. That's right.
Yeah, perfect.
Sweet.
Dusk, you've just, you've taken a bit of damage to this thing, but you've also managed to completely blind it and sever part of its tail.
Yeah,
Purely
blind its tail
accidentally.
as well. Okay, so am I prone? Because I took a big headbutt.
Yeah, oh no, you're not prone. You're fine. You surfed that thing down and landed fine. It hasn't knocked you prone.
Yeah, I just took like 78 damage, so I was wondering if that would also knock me down. All
Not
right,
a tank
cool.
like you,
is up.
Dusk.
No, not at all. Okay, how far away are we from the crowd of people that we were headed towards?
You're quite close. It's about 80 feet away. The opening to this town center.
Okay, so it's blinded and it's currently standing. Is that right?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I'm right next to it. Can I use my 40 feet to make it to the back cart?
Yeah, you totally can. Thanks
Nice.
to that
Okay,
skill
cool.
of walking up walls and stuff that you've got.
I've got the boots of spider climbing, so Dustin's
Yeah.
like, well, up we go. And then he's just going to sprint back up the side of it. And I am going to bonus action rage. My spirits come back out again.
Badass.
This time I'm not going to worry about applying them to... I know the heart can attack, but I think it's more important that I do full damage on the heart. So I'm going to roll a Great Weapon Master Reckless Attack. It's 19. That's gonna miss.
That is a miss.
Yeah. Cool. I'm gonna go for a second one.
Oh wait, there was a -2 to his AC. Sorry, no, that is still a miss though. Unfortunately.
That time is 21. Does 21 hit?
Thanks to the reduction in AC, it does.
Thank you, Slow. Rolled really badly that time. Okay, so it's going to be a D12 plus 24. That's 29 damage on the heart.
That's pretty good. That is looking incredibly weak, the heart on its back.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't know if it matters, but the heart is now being taunted by my three steam ghosts. If the heart tries to attack anyone, it has disadvantage.
All right, okay, good.
I think that's it. Yeah, Dusk is a pretty simple character.
Dino Crap.
Pog.
Yeah, Dino Crap, you were
Dino
prone
Crap-
on the ground.
Yeah, so from the ground, I don't think Crap would be able to dinosaur his way up to any hearts. Especially not in a single turn.
Mm.
So I'm just wondering what other attacks I could take. Maybe could I just try and make myself the target of the Tarrasque, like try and distract it enough that whoever's next, like, which I think is a Miko, gets advantage or something?
You can absolutely use your turn to help, yes, by distracting.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Absolutely.
I use my turn to get up from prone and then help Amico with whatever their turn is.
Okay, yeah, that's great. So let's roll into Amico.
Hell yeah. So I'm going to. I have a theory about the open parts of the body. So I'm going to try a combination spell here. So going to yell at Smo. Smo, how close are you to the heart? Oh, very close. Get a bit closer. Okay, I'm right here. Oh, sorry. All right, I'm right here. Lovely, lovely. Flame Strike, please. Thank you. So I'm going to cast Flame Strike at 7th level from Smo, who should be quite close to the A heart.
Yeah, you can kind of get your choice. They're both looking incredibly damaged, so you can either go for the chest or the back where Dusk is kind of close to.
I'm gonna go for the chest. I don't want to risk hurting Dusk. So that at 7th level, that means I have 4d6 fire and 66 radiant. So I'm gonna roll for the. Oh wait, first he has to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh right, of course. It's
19, thank you.
16.
Brilliant. So he takes full damage. So first I'm gonna roll for fire, 4d6 fire damage. Does that affect the heart?
Yes, it does.
Brilliant. So that's 11, 14, 15 damage. And because I'm so very close with Smo, whenever I cast a spell that does fire or healing, I get an extra d8.
You needed that d8.
That is, yes. That is a 7 on top of the, what was it, 15? I think it was 15.
Yeah, it was 15. It had 16 hit points left, so you definitely needed that extra dice. And that heart, this is the heart on the... Oh, which one did you go for? The one on the chest?
The chest, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
15 plus 8, 23. Sorry, it had 23 hit points left. And it just...
Okay, cool. So carry on.
I was just going to say, it just bursts into flame. The flames sort of lap around it, and it just erupts into flames, and it's spitting flames from within it, and it just shrivels up into this blackened shell within its chest.
Very pog.
Thank you. So that's. I also have 66 radiant damage remaining. Is that just nothing now?
Yeah, that just kind of like blindens, like flashes out in front from the chest cavity of this Tarrasque, making a beautiful light show for anyone in the town square who saw that go off.
Smoke, fly to the back and hit it there as well. Thank you. So Smoke's going to fly around to the back, and he's going to do his. Oh my god, I'm not in the right part of it. He's going to do his flame seed attack on it.
Okay. Is that a roll to hit? Is it?
It is a roll to hit. That's a total of 8. Smoke just wastes his time.
That's a miss.
Can I help?
Try harder, Smoke.
Dusk was trying to hug him, so we got distracted.
Yeah.
Oh,
Am I
yeah, actually,
roaring
yeah,
and
sorry.
waving my tiny arms in
Yeah,
the air?
give me a roll. Give me that with advantage. Sorry, we forgot about Crap's
Okay.
distraction.
I'm just dancing.
That's
Like,
all.
"Rah!"
Great work, Crap.
Okay, so that's a total of 18 for that second hit, or that second roll.
It's still unfortunately a miss.
Try harder, Smoke.
Damn it, Snow.
Does
Oh, you're a
Get
disappointment.
good, damn it!
was that all Smo's? Does Amico have his own attack, or was it?
Also, I get a bit closer. That's where I go.
Oh, yeah.
And that's my turn.
Okay, cool. Ted, it's over to you. There is one heart remaining, and it's on the back of this thing.
Finish him.
1 arrow goes up. 500 arrows come down.
Fantastic.
The heart has to make a dexterity saving throw.
I think he slow affects dexterity saving throws, doesn't it?
It does with disadvantage. It is rolled 2.
All right, so it's going to
It
take
is not.
8.
It's not disadvantaged. They just get a -2 penalty.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, it's 11 then. So that
Okay,
one
it
arrow
takes-
gets fired into the sky.
It takes 43 damage.
Does Dust need to do a dex?
I'm right next to it. I probably do.
Yeah.
But I get that's 19 plus 1, so dirty 20.
That will pass. So take half damage.
So what was
So
the
the-
total damage?
Was it 43? So 21.
Cool. And the heart takes the full 43. One arrow goes up, and then just 500 arrows just rain down on the Tarrasque, on Dusk, and the ground surrounding the Tarrasque. Just from tail, or from broken tail, to the head of this thing. It is just covered in arrows. And it's 2 or 3 of these arrows, maybe 4 or 5 of these arrows, just centered straight down into the middle of his heart. And with the resounding thuds, as Dusk sort of cowers down as these rain down, its eyes open up and see that the heart is no more. It's just not pumping. It's just blood pouring from it. And in what seems like slow-mo for Dusk, the Tarrasque just drops down to the ground, dead.
It would be slow-mo. It is slow.
It is. It's like 6 seconds per minute. And slowed. You guys have defeated the Tarrasque and proven your hero label for the city of Arabelle with only, what was it in the end? I think it was 32 dead. I think we did the math wrong earlier. 32 people have perished, and a new hostel does need to be built.
But it could have been so much worse. Like, I'll build a hostel. That sounds fine.
We'll make it out of the Tarrasque shell.
That's such a cool idea.
And chill. So,
I yell at,
to meet with my friends.
yell at Smoke.
At the body.
oh, sorry. We'll go with. We haven't heard much from Jarrod. Jarrod, you go first, and then we'll go over to.
Yep, go, Jarrod.
Jarrod, you're muted.
You're muted, Jarrod. You're muted, Jarrod. Oh, okay.
Sorry, there we go.
Yeah.
No, let's make it 31 dead. I've still got a spell slot. I raised dead. There we
It
go.
is not resurrect.
Look,
honey.
And Amico, you were saying something as well?
Yes, I yell over at Smo.
Smo, do the thing with the body with the Tarrasque. Thank you. Make it useful.
And then the healing flames come out of the body.
Everybody that got hit once or at least twice, please, in an orderly fashion, walk through the flames. I know it's counterintuitive.
I'm already standing them. How much healing do I get?
All right, let's see, because I don't actually think that would get used. 2d10 plus 5. So
Okay,
just roll
the
that,
dinosaur
boy.
walks through the flames too.
You do also.
The dinosaur just like hanging out in the fire.
You
I
do.
just want to say
You
Oh,
get
sorry.
I used arcane in order to
25.
meet up with everyone.
Used what?
So
Sorry.
I'm over with everyone.
Oh, nice.
Arcane Gate. It was one of my spells I had through being a warlock that I was like, I'm gonna get to use this, and then I didn't use it. So I'm using it right at the end.
Klaatu, you notice from sort of height, since you're flying around, that from the rubble of the hostel there does seem to be 2 or 3 people, maybe even 4 or 5 now, that are uncovering themselves from the rubble and injured are making their way over to the corpse of the Tarrasque. And the town centre is just filled with eruptive roars of applause and cheering, and children wearing their costumes, now no longer shocked and eating some of their festive Halloween treats. You guys have saved Aravel once more and are well honoured within the city once again. Well done.
Can I ask Kamiko? I want to ask Kamiko a question about our past relationship. Have you ever polymorphed me before? Do you think? What do you like?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So in that case,
I would have done it in your sleep.
or would Crap be aware that it only lasts an hour?
I wouldn't tell him, because I think every time I've done it, I've gone, and now when he's walking down the stairs or something, and he's like he stops being like a deer, and he oversteps, and then he falls.
A cow, because they can't go down the stairs.
Okay. In that case, he has no idea this only lasts an hour, and being extremely old and a shadow of his former abilities, this is the most powerful he's felt in a very, very long time. He roars to the sky and he just charges off into the wilderness. This is how he wants to. This is the form he wants to die in.
Be free!
I think like an hour passes and he's like face to face, like in a battle with like a giant owlbear, and then like he just like transforms back down to his goblin form. He's like, oh fuck! As like scene fade to black.
Dusk would use their first of all, round of high fives to everyone except the T-Rex, who immediately disappeared. High fives, everyone.
Well
high fives.
done, guys.
Dusk's going to use their considerable strength to do what someone suggested and drag the Tarrasque corpse over to where we can make the skeleton into like the cool entrance to like a cool Tarrasque hotel.
Yeah.
You walk through the mouth and like into the rib cage where the lobby is. That's Dusk's new craft project for the next probably 10 years.
We've got like people in the chat wanting like there should have been celebratory kisses happening between I don't know, maybe like a few of the townsfolk rush the heroes and like absolutely fawning over them, and who have we got? I think Ted. He's got like a sewer crew that are just like surrounding him, like, yay, high five.
The smell is incredible.
Thank you, but I don't have lips.
Gail is surrounded by pit store owners who just ignore him.
Namiko just kisses Smo.
That's beautiful.
That's lovely.
It's that kind of relationship, is it?
Yes.
Guys, that was really fun.
Yeah, guys, thank you so much.
Hey, well done on running a Tarrasque encounter with 6 players as well, because that can't be easy.
Yeah. Like I in sort of hi, whoever that is. Hey, how you doing?
That's my partner.
I wanted to make something that wasn't just like you guys all just taking the hit points down of one thing and it taking all of your hit points down and worrying about your own death. Yeah. I wanted you guys worrying about the death of others.
Very Halloween-y for us to worry about others.
Yeah,
that tidal wave came in clutch. That would have been.
That was amazing. That was absolutely amazing.
So good.
Couple of really good moves in there.
Lucky.
Yeah. I did spend my first 3 turns doing nothing, but I pulled it together at the end.
Yeah. What we can do, we can wrap up. I'm sure everyone's ready to call it a night. So what we can do is we can sort of go through. Everybody, we'll start at Brad at the top. Please just pitch Fate of Ice and tell people to go find your stuff.
Go find my stuff. It's Fate of Ice.
Go find it.
At Fate of Ison, there are considerably fewer T-Rex encounters than what you just saw, but dragons are back after not being in the world for like many thousands of years. They are about to be like a problem. So exciting.
That's cool. Actually, everyone, so we'll go through, give like a little hook for what's happening in your campaigns at the moment. That's great, Brad. How about Brendon? What's going on?
So the next episode of Dungeons & Comedians is at Little Andromeda Theatre here in Christchurch on December 15th. And it is called The Shopping Mall of Elemental Evil. and yeah, they're gonna have to do some Christmas shopping.
Okay.
Yeah,
great.
That's really good. I love dropping episodes.
Jarrod, what's going on in Diceratops at the moment? Give people that hook.
Right. Well, our next show. Well, first of all, we just released the recording from our last live show, which was Dial M for Minotaur, which was sort of a noir-esque one. So look out for that on the podcast. I think you can look us up on Spotify or Apple, all of those, wherever the podcast is sold. But our next live show is at Bache Theatre towards the end of this month. 20-something. Yeah, look at that. But if you go to the Bache Theatre website, you can find us, and that is Pour Some Centaur on Me. So
Nice.
Come on, do that.
Pour some
That should
Centaur on
be
Me.
fun. And I'll also add that I looked up while we were going other CR8 beasts, and the other options included a mighty crab or a sperm whale. So,
Sperm whale would have been perfect.
Just
T-Rex.
Fly him up in the air and then drop him as a whale. That would have been excellent.
It's good hitchhikers.
T-Rex was the sensible choice.
Michael, Dungeons and Dipshits, what's happening?
Well, we are coming into our first very big story arc after what was an incredibly frustrating hazing experience. Thank you, Zach. And yes, when last we saw all 4 of our dipshits, they were careening towards a wall in a motorized vehicle.
Okay.
Will they survive? No one
No. Penny,
Short show if they don't.
tell us about
so-
the terrible adventures of the Janderson Brefford's Parchment Company.
Thank you for doing the full name every time you say it.
You're
The
welcome.
Terrible Adventures of the Janderson Brefford's Parchment Company has just wrapped up its 2nd arc, so we're about to start arc 3. So just a little bit of background. It's a show where there are no gods, and what remains of magic is actually illegal. I invented a homebrew mechanic called Electrum, where you need certain magic coins in order to cast spells, and the Electrum is illegal. So we've just finished our 2nd arc, which was called The Infinite Goose. And we're moving into Arc 3, which is called Who Spiked the Punch. So the next episode will be out next Sunday, and it's a murder mystery episode. So the first episode is all about setting up all the characters, getting the red herrings going, making sure we have our list of suspects. And it's set at a Friday night office party at the Janderson Brefford's Parchment Company.
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah, we've recorded the whole thing, and we had so much fun. We're about 6 episodes ahead recording and where we are releasing. So yeah, the whole arc's real fun.
That sounds great. That sounds awesome. Tom, where are we?
Hello.
What's happening in Season Quest? Hi again, Tom. How you going? Season Quest, what's happening?
Yeah, so we've obviously we're on our 2nd season right now, so all of winter too, but we're in spring right now where some kind of crazy mysterious stuff is happening in a town called Jivadon. Creepy little werewolves walking around, and that's kind of where we're at right now. Looking pretty good.
Nice. Season Quest. I want everyone who's getting Dicey fans in the chats, please check out these other podcasts. Some amazing talent, as you've seen tonight. With Getting Dicey, we're going live tomorrow night with session 32 of Curse of Strahd, where we have the crew trying to get, basically trying to rescue someone from the grips of a maniac. So I think that's the best way to do it. They've just started the distraction to try and get her out. So that's going to be a great one tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. New Zealand time. But I think we can call it. You guys enjoy yourselves?
Oh, hell yeah. That was so fun.
I loved it.
I really enjoyed
Great
playing
time.
with all of you guys. It was really cool.
Yeah. We'll be doing it again. What we do here is every month we hand the DM badge to someone else. We've had who have we had so far? Zach did it last time. The time before that was that you,
It was
Brad?
Michael.
Oh, Michael.
That was
That's
Michael
right.
the
That's
first
right.
time.
Right. So we need to have a big chat about who's going to be DMing next. We'll talk to Jules about if she's got someone in mind or if it's a democracy thing, if we just vote someone in, and then we'll figure out who's playing, but there will be probably a game sometime, either late November, early December. So keep track. Oh, Jules says she wants to do it. So that sounds good.
We'll have Charlie playing from our Season Quest.
Oh,
He'll be
fantastic.
in the next.
Okay, great. So we've got a little chat group going, so we'll figure out who's playing. But keep an eye on our Facebook group. Jules, what's the name of our Facebook group where people can keep an eye on that? You might want to... And it's probably going to be Christmas themed, maybe. I know that Getting Dicey, every year we have what we call the Christmas special. So I think this year we're going to be doing... I think we're doing a very Cthulhu Christmas this year. So we're going to do something pretty fun with that. But thank you guys all for coming along and playing. Thanks to everybody in the chat who's watched tonight. It's been so much fun to have you guys watching us, and this will be up on YouTube, and we'll be handing out the audio for people to maybe put up onto their podcasts if they want to. So thank you from me, thank you from everybody here. Have a good night, everybody.
Have a beautiful night, my friends.
Hey guys.
Bye, everyone.
Good night. Good night.
Were you scared? I hope so. If you were, because you were listening or watching the SPLITelevision Productions YouTube channel, then be sure to check out any of the other people that were involved. They're all fantastic. We've got Diceratops, Dungeons and Comedians, Dungeons and Dipshits, Fate of Eisen, Getting Dicey, Season Quest, that's us, and the Terrible Adventures of the Janderson Brefford Parchment Company. Also, be sure to follow us on our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Season Quest Pod, so you can get any updates on any other future crossovers that we're doing. I can't wait to hear more from you guys. I love you. Goodbye. Be sure to check out the next episode on Friday. As it always is, Season Quest. Boom.